You're watching FanDuel Sports Network, the home of the Clippers, Kings, and Angels.
Happy Sunday, friends. A beautiful afternoon for baseball and a perfect time for the Angels to pick up a win today as we welcome you to Angels Live, presented by Spectrum on FanDuel Sports Network. Last one of the season against the Chicago White Sox, and the Angels hoping to avoid the sweep this afternoon, and plenty to dive into as we get you ready for first pitch from a beautiful afternoon at the ballpark. Yes, this is what's coming up on the show. We're turning the page, and we have some good news to share. So we're going to officially put the last few nights behind us. Jack Kochanowicz back on the mound after making his return after being optioned earlier on this homestand, pitched well against the Rangers. We'll take a look back at that outing, plus Gustavo Campero and Luis Rengifo with a hospital visit on this homestand as well. We'll take a sneak peek in on that visit this afternoon. As we welcome you inside the ballpark alongside Mark Gubizak, Tim Salmon, Erica Weston with you. I apologize for all the red that is coming at your screen right now. I guess I didn't read the group chat. I didn't know you guys were wearing red. How embarrassing.
Well, we just wanted to throw that on you, be able to clear the mind with the last couple of days.
Clear the mind. That's
just changing things up.
Yeah, you know what? That's a great way to look at it, Fish. And we have some good news for the Angels. Help is on the way as far as the offense goes. After missing 26 games with that left thumb sprain, Gooby, Christian Moore returns to the
Sister Christian is back. He'll be motoring around the bases today. He's so clutch there late and close, so it's great having Christian Moore back in the lineup, but also playing a solid second base.
Yeah, a clutch player. I mean, it's great to have him. This is almost like the trade deadline. We're going to get two new players back in the lineup, especially one as in Christian Moore, who brings a lot of energy and a lot of excitement, and he has the knack for clutch. Thus far in his early in his career, I mean, he's come out clutch. Look at that. Walk-off home run in these tight and close situations. 6 hits out of 12 at-bats, 3 homers, 6 RBIs. I mean, the guy has a knack for coming up with a big hit in those situations, and I tell you what, that's a big shot in the arm right now, considering where this offense has been the last couple nights.
I mean, and these are against elite pitchers at that point of the game, too. Best reason and main reason he lets the baseball travel. A lot of that damage has been the right field, so that means he's letting that ball get a little bit deeper and seeing the spin or hitting that fastball really well.
Well, he went 5 for 11 as far as the offense goes in 4 games on his rehab assignment, and earlier this morning we had a chance to catch up with Simo ahead of his return this afternoon. Are you excited to be back today?
Oh, I'm super excited. I got here like 8 in the morning. I couldn't sleep last night. But yeah, no, I'm super excited to be back. I miss these guys, and I definitely want to get the train rolling again. So
you were out maybe a little bit longer than anticipated. So how do you feel? But you feel like you saw enough pitches to get comfortable out there?
Yeah, 100%. About 4 games out there. I really just try to, see as many pitches as I could, and just get comfortable back in the box. Yeah, it was a little longer than expected, but I think that was just part of the process of letting it heal completely before I went back out there. Just wanted to make sure I was 100% before I, put my body on the line for these guys, and definitely, want to make sure I was ready to go out there.
Where do you feel like you might have felt it more, swinging the bat or defensively?
Definitely defense. Swinging was never really the problem. But, trying to put the glove on and feeling comfortable catching and making sure that I can, if the ball does hit the thumb, is it going to hurt or is it, can I do that? And, definitely having, the second thoughts of backhanding balls, early on. But, that's kind of out the way now. And, that was kind of the process of just coming back.
Yeah, you want to take your time. Obviously, he thought originally it was going to be maybe 2 weeks or so, but want to make sure everything's healthy before he comes back.
He's 5 for 11 in his rehab assignment, a couple doubles and a home run. Again, that home run was to right field. And when you think about it, put it in perspective, you knew it was when he put his hand inside the glove. That's when you're going to feel the most if there's going to be any discomfort. And he'll be active out there with Kochanowicz on the mound today. So many ground balls. And we saw it even last night when Rengifo was involved in 3 double plays turned from that second base position. So he's going to be active. He's going to have a big hand again, I think in today's game, as far as the Halos be able to win today.
Did you
Big, healthy hand.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly. Glad we're all on the same page. Go ahead, Fish.
Well, yeah. Well, you know, Timmy, I've done a few of these rehab assignments, and it is nice. I mean, it's exciting. You come back with just a renewed vigor. You're excited. You're up there. The ball's looking big again. But the realities are going to set in. I mean, he hasn't played infield in a month or so, and just being out there, getting down in your position on every pitch that's thrown, he's going to feel that over the next few days. So there, you know, you got to pace him a little bit as far as getting his legs back under him, but it's good news to hear that the swing isn't affected by the thumb as much as it is, you know, catching the ball.
And Ray Montgomery spoke before the game and said, just do your game. You've contributed in a lot of different ways. Play your game. Stay the way that you have been before, and it's led to a lot of success. Even better news, though, guys. Mike Trout also returning back to the lineup. He's missed the last couple of games with an illness, feeling a lot more better, a lot more energy today. Really great to have 27 back.
I mean, it is. Everyone else in the lineup can relax. Sometimes over the last couple of days, you notice guys are trying to seem like they're trying to do more than they're capable of doing. Their swings have kind of opened up a little bit, and guys trying to pick up that power that Trout Void misses when they're not in there. 19 career home runs against the White Sox, and he's hit some majestic ones against them. You know, he's had to blast there in center field the other day here in the day game. So that was also part of this homestand, right? This is an incredible.
By the way, there's another series on this homestand.
I know, but having him back in there, I think everybody in the lineup, you notice, Tim, when you have your guys going in your lineup, you have that protection around you. It makes the lineup that much better.
It does. I mean, just I learned this early on. It doesn't matter how you feel. The opponent doesn't matter. If he feels good, if he's still feeling a little, whatever it is. I mean, the fact that he's there is going to make that pitcher account for the Mike Trout and the numbers on the back of that baseball card. And so that's going to make everybody in front of him and everybody behind him just get a little bit of a different look, because they're still going to be going after Mike Trout and putting that effort into it. And that over time, so that's why you want a little bit easier.
Well, just a huge boost to get those two guys back in the Angels lineup. Mike is 3 home runs away from 400 for his career, and they're going to need some offense going because, Gooby, for whatever reason, the White Sox have been a struggle for the Angels going back to last season as far as being able to score some runs.
I mean, they have against starting pitcher, they scored 2 runs, earned runs against the starting staff for the White Sox this season. That's covering 5 games, and they've had a really tough time. They've made plays. Last year, you didn't see the White Sox making those plays, and they've been, you know, doing a good job as far as minimizing the extra outs they've given up, like you saw last year when they lost all those games. So they've been playing a much better brand of baseball, I think, this season. That's why they've been tougher. Beginning part of the season was freezing in Chicago. Now we got some warmer weather. Hopefully it all changes around now with Trout back in that lineup and Christian Moore too.
Yeah, it's one of those unique things, I mean, the game where certain teams you just don't hit as well against. And, you know, I think you alluded to the fact that usually the Angels are facing the White Sox early in the year in that ballpark when it's cold and wet and rainy, and it's tough on hitters. And, you know, sometimes when you're facing guys in those situations, that has a carryover effect the next time you see him. You're still thinking he's that guy you saw in that cold weather. But at the end of the day, I mean, offenses go through peaks and valleys. It's just an unfortunate time for this offense to be where it's at, you know, facing a team. But you got to give credit. I mean, Savali last night threw awesome. I mean, they're throwing the ball well, and they're hitting home runs. I mean, they're driving the ball and scoring. Well, last night they scored 1 run, but the reality is they got great pitching. So every once in a while, it's a combination of all these things that can maybe, you know, get you, you know, off your game a little bit.
Yeah, the Angels are just running into them where they're playing a really good brand, solid brand of baseball right now. But for baseball, numbers usually tell the story, and for the Angels and the offense overall, 4 runs has usually been that magic number to deliver a win. So the offense just hasn't been there the last 2 nights, and they haven't been able to get a win.
Yeah, I mean, when you mentioned it, we score 4+ runs. I mean, the starting staff, is for the most part, has covered every game. The bullpen's been solid, especially with a couple new additions down to that back end of the bullpen. So, and for the most part, they've been able to add on some runs. That's why you see that's an amazing record with 4+ runs. Usually we think about that's going to be 5+ or even 6, but to have that kind of win production with 4 runs or more, it tells you they're doing things right. But you got to find ways to score runs when you present an opportunity. It was a couple times yesterday, even again, 1st and 2nd, no outs, and you don't score a run. The day before, bases loaded, no outs in the 1st inning, didn't score. You got to be able to just find a way to just hit a sac fly instead of trying to driving 4 runs with the bases loaded thing. I'm going to drive in one, and it makes it a little bit easier on the hitting side.
Well, what you're saying is simplify everything. You know, you got to start small again. You got to think about the process. Sometimes you get ahead of the process and you're trying to make something happen, getting the barrel out in front, trying to hit home runs. Hey, you got to get back to the process of tracking the ball, swinging to good pitches, putting the barrel on the ball, and let things happen as they come. I mean, you can't go up there trying to manufacture stuff. And for whatever reason, this team's in a funk where it seems like everybody's out there trying to do too much. Just relax, come back off it a little bit.
Are you saying trust the process?
Trust the
process.
Of course, the Philly guy said that. Of course you did.
I know. Embiid is proud of you right now, Tim.
Well, from one Philly connection to another. How about that? You must be a professional. You've been on television a time or two, haven't you?
Once or twice.
Once or twice. Another Philly guy, Jack Kochanowicz, he's going to be on the mound in the finale this afternoon against the Chicago White Sox. On the other side of this break, we'll take a look back at his outing last time against the Texas Rangers. Keys for Jack this afternoon. That's next.
Arguably one of the best pitchers, if not the best pitcher in the game.
At 100 miles an hour, Sandy ties a career high 14 strikeouts.
This guy is a difference maker for the Marlins.
He's a staff ace. He wants to take the ball, man. He has been great.
Sandy Alcantara has thrown a complete game shutout.
It's like if I faced you, you got no respect for me.
No.
Exactly.
Morris at the front of the rotation.
And the guy that wanted to finish what he starts.
Shutout for Sandy Alcantara.
It's a great night for baseball.
This matchup features some of the best talent in the game. A lot of power, a lot of marquee names.
Here we go. Buckle up, folks.
There's a guy who wants to be in the spotlight.
The bats have come alive.
A showstopper.
We're just playing Powerball.
This place doesn't know what hit him.
These teams are entertaining, are they not? The show continues.
Experience game-to-game coverage of the night's biggest moments, live and commercial-free. MLB Network Strike Zone, Wednesday and Friday nights all season.
The MLB app. Yeah, it's got game. This game. These games. All the games. Pre-game, post-game, and everything in between. This is baseball your way. With real-time stats, scores, breaking news, and custom content that hits every time. Because you choose the teams and pick the players you want to follow. So when they catch it on the field, you catch it on the app.
Angels Live on FanDuel Sports Network is brought to you by Spectrum, a connection built for everywhere. That's life unlimited. That's Spectrum. And that's Jack Kochanowicz, who will get the ball this afternoon to try to avoid a sweep at the hands of the Chicago White Sox. But don't forget, make sure you check out Golic and Golic. It's a new show featuring Mike Golic Sr., Mike Golic Jr., airing here on FanDuel Sports Network every Monday through Friday, starting at noon. And a big guest coming up tomorrow, Kalen DeBoer, the head football coach at the University of Alabama. Roll Tide. Don't miss any of the action. Again, that's weekdays at noon, only on FanDuel Sports Network.
Touchdown, Alabama.
Thank you for that.
I can't help myself.
Hey, it's right around the corner.
Yes, it is.
Right around the corner. But for the meantime, let's focus in on baseball. It's Jack Kochanowicz, Gooby, who gets the ball this afternoon. He pitched well his last time out after one rehab assignment. He got sent down to AAA to refine that sinker, and he came back.
Effectively wild, I think, is a good explanation of how good he was. He did have those 6 walks in there, but only 1 hit allowed, no earned runs. No real good hard contact against him, too. I think that's the big key for Kochanowicz. As big as he is, as hard as he throws with movement on the fastball, if he can make the hitters uncomfortable, that means be able to show some pitches inside. He opens up that outer part of play with that sinker. If he does that, I think he should have a good game against the White Sox. He made that adjustment against them early in the season. Remember, he went through the 4-seam fastball, got a lot of outs on his 4-seamer, but his fastball between a 2 and 4-seam should come into play today for him.
Yeah, I think pitch efficiency, and we talked about the 6 walks last night in this play right here. I mean, that was unfortunate right there. That spoiled a great outing to that point. But, you know, for me, it comes down to this. When you're throwing 97 miles an hour, throw that sinker to contact. I mean, if you want to expand the zone with a 4-seamer, I'm good with that. You know, and miss off the plate a little bit, see if they'll chase. But, boy, that sinker, I just trust it. Trust the defense behind you. Throw it. He had a great changeup as well. I think just coming back to fastball command, and if you could just try to command one of them consistently and be able to throw strikes with it, I think you're going to find yourself in a good position after 5 or 6 innings.
Well, he was certainly in command last time out. He had a no-hitter going into the 5th inning where things kind of unraveled on him. But your go-tos for Jack this afternoon?
It's going right where we were just talking to Tim. Same thing there is I go pound and ground with his fastball. He's got a 54% ground ball rate. Just work that fastball is down. A lot of contact on the ground. Trust your defense and get chases on his changeup. He's got over 30% whiff percentage with 17 strikeouts with his changeup. With that combination of that sinker down, changeup down, that should be effective because we see with the White Sox, they can hit the ball pretty hard with some power, but they will swing out of the strike zone. They don't walk a whole lot, so you got to be able to trust the movement and get them to chase out of the strike zone.
It's almost like you guys knew exactly what was coming next.
I was going to say, great minds think alike.
Exactly. You guys.
I have a mind.
Maybe we're just baseball players, and we're stating the obvious.
Well, as far as the infield defense goes behind him, yes, pitch to contact. Don't be afraid of that because the Angels lead the American League in double plays turned this season, and we saw 3 of them last night.
Yeah. I'll wait for your great mind.
Sound smart here. Yeah. No, great job right there. Hey, you know what? This is one thing the defense can do. They can turn double plays and then get you out of it. I mean, I like Zach Neto up the middle. Renifo's done a great job as well over there too. And now you're going to have Christian Moore on that side. So I think we're pretty strong up the middle. Just let your defense play behind you. I think every once in a while. Did you ever have any infielders come up to you and say, "Hey, just let him hit him to me"?
All the time,
Yeah.
especially as a sinker ball pitcher. Zach Neto's been involved in 63 double plays. He led the American League in that category last year. Just got to have a lot of trust in those guys, especially when you're strong up the middle. Renifo had over third base today. Ground ball to ground ball. Let them make the plays. They know they got to be on their toes. With Soriano and Kochanowicz on the bump, there's going to be a lot of ground ball action.
Well, one other thing today, when you play in a day game, the glare, the ball gets on you quick. So I would like to think that if he had that sinker working in the zone, he's going to get deep on the hitters, and you're going to see a lot of ground balls. That would be my prediction if he's throwing that sinker for strikes.
Well, let's hope that's the case. Scooby, go ahead and motor on up there.
Motor
right up there, Sister Christian. Good stuff. All right, we got more to come as we get you ready for first pitch this afternoon. The Angels hoping to avoid the sweep, but how about putting some smiles on some faces with a hospital visit? We'll take a sneak peek at Rengifo and Campero's hospital visit. That's next.
See that brand new.
Relive the biggest plays from every game with Abby LeVar on Quick Pitch. Late nights and early mornings on MLB Network.
Aaron Judge looking to do some damage.
Oh, hey, Captain.
Oh, my God! Near the wall.
Sorry.
Woo! No fly zone.
So fast, Bobby.
Paul skis. Cannons. Tony.
Living legend.
We did it. Yes.
Oh, this is the best. Please tell me you caught that.
Your day in baseball starts with MLB Central. Lead off your morning with in-depth breakdowns, interviews with the players, and a little bit of everything else. The baseball day begins with MLB Central, weekdays at 10 a.m. Eastern, only on MLB Network. Your day in baseball starts with MLB Central.
Let's get it started.
Lead off your morning with in-depth breakdowns.
Perfect balance. What?
Boom. Interviews with the players.
Get back to the fastball. I know what that passion feels like.
And a little bit.
Keeping.
You behave properly.
Hey.
Of everything else.
Come on, Marlins.
The window seats are.
The baseball day begins with MLB Central. Weekdays at 10 a.m. Eastern, only on MLB Network.
If you're not watching this show, you're the problem.
Explore teaching at teach.org.
Angels Live on FanDuel Sports Network is brought to you by Spectrum, a connection built for everywhere. That's life unlimited. That's Spectrum. Long homestand for the Angels, which means time to spend some time out in the community. And earlier on this homestand, Luis Rengifo and Gustavo Campero recently brought some joy and excitement to some patients at Miller Children's and Women's Hospital, delivering smiles and some Angels team spirit during their visit.
Okay, niña?
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Vale.
Like a shining star, you are beautiful. today we're so excited here at Miller Children's and Women's Hospital. We have a couple of Angels players visiting, and it's just such a great day. The kids are so excited. It really brightens their day to have the players visit their room.
Hey, Jocelyn, how you doing?
Good.
You're so pretty.
We got some gift for you, girl.
Yes.
What's your favorite team? Angels?
It's like Ray smile.
Right. This is our monkey, a lucky monkey.
It's a pleasure to meet you. And Ray smile, yeah. Bye. No, it's really cool to come here and see the kids. You know, they give you all that energy, and it's really nice.
What's your favorite team? Oh no, it's mean a lot for me. So being here and take that energy for those guys and bring something for them is amazing. You know, it's part of this journey, and give it back what God got to us. Enjoy.
Thank you. It is so difficult for children to be in the hospital, especially, say, right now in the summer, when they should be out at the beach and at the park and having fun with their family and friends. And unfortunately, they're here in the hospital. So visits, like visits from the Angel players, make such a big deal for our patients. It just brightens their day, lifts their spirits, and really kind of turns the whole situation around from experience.
It's a hat.
And the jersey.
But this one is my favorite. It is a monkey log, so that brings love for us, and I'm gonna give it to you, right?
No, it's really important because, you know, for us, it's really special. See that and feel that too. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning.
We love the Angels!
No, siempre.
You're welcome, Papa.
No.
You're welcome.
Se me cuida. Hi, how are you? What's your name? No, it's really excited because it reminds my daughter. My daughter is 3 years old, so she started like, you know, hey, you want to play with this, you want to play with that, you know. It's kind of like feel that and made me feel like happy, made me feel like, you know, like home.
I mean, being in the community as a baseball player I'm a baseball player first, but being in the community is one of like my dream, my purpose, yeah, and give it back, and what I give is amazing for me and bring me energy. This is one of my purpose in my life, and be a baseball player, but at the same time, give it back to my community.
Really nice. What a good message by Campero there.
Yeah, you know, you never know. I guess you can never really understand how much of an impact you can make out there in the community to go out there and do it. And you see the smiles and the looks on their faces. I mean, it means a lot when you go into these situations and, you know, they're dealing with a lot of negativity and, you know, they're dealing with their issues, whatever it is, to have that little moment, that 15-minute moment during the day to just kind of break it up. But on the flip side of things, too, as well, from a player's perspective, I mean, it really kind of sets everything back into perspective, the proper perspective. You're playing a game, you're grinding out there, and it seems like it's the end of the world every day when you win it, whether you win or lose. But at the end of the day, it's still a game, and you're blessed. You're so fortunate to be able to go out there and play the game of baseball.
And it sounds like those two understand it. I know they had megawatt smiles, which made those patients super happy, but I was looking at the therapy dog, too. No disrespect to the guys, but the therapy dog, man, that's an extra special visit all around for those patients. All right, more to come as we get you ready for the game this afternoon at the Big A. We'll take a look at starting lineups in the finale against the White Sox. That's next.
The MLB app. Yeah, it's got game. This game. These games. All the games. Pre-game. Post-game. And everything in between. This is baseball your way. With real-time stats, scores, breaking news, and custom content that hits every time. Because you choose the teams and pick the players you want to follow. So when they catch it on the field, you catch it on the app.
I think the sneaky team to watch is the Giants.
It's going to be fun to watch this staff. That is the best ballpark in the world to pitch in San Francisco.
A lot of experience up top.
I like where this team's headed.
High drive! It is out of here!
Doesn't get any better than this.
Logan Webb might be the most underappreciated quality starting pitcher in all of baseball.
If this Giants team is going to make noise, it's going to be because of their starting rotation.
Yeah.
For me, it's really important for us to establish an identity.
You're going to be talking about the Giants in September again.
Turn on baseball's biggest game changer, MLB Big Inning. Experience live baseball in a whole new way with up to 4 games on a single screen.
He is on fire.
MLB Big Inning, every game night on MLB.tv.
Welcome back, and when the Angels win the game, Angels fans, you could win free McDonald's fries. Get free medium fries tomorrow with any $2 purchase. It's only on the app and only at participating McDonald's. And a very special welcome to everybody watching today's game between the Angels and the White Sox on our simulcast on Fox 11+. The Angels are televised all season long on FanDuel Sports Network, but here is how you can make sure you don't miss any more exciting Angels games, and they get to watch 27 in the lineup today. If you have a cable or satellite TV provider, you can find us in the same place in your TV lineup, or you can also stream games by connecting to our FanDuel Sports Network app. Use your TV provider login credentials, and you can also subscribe directly for $19.99 a month. Single game, monthly, seasonal, and annual subscription plans are available. Got all that? Okay, Fish, take it away. Let's take a look at the Angels lineup.
Way to go. Did they speed you up right there?
Oh, all good.
Yeah. Hey, Mike Trout's back in the lineup. That's huge. We talked about the difference he'll make with the hitters in front and behind him. And then, of course, look down there in the hitting the A spot. Christian Moore, welcome back, sir. Looking for this lineup right here to have a little bit more energy and excitement out here in the day game. Ball carries. Let's see if we can get a ball in the air and maybe get a few home runs out of this.
And maybe out from Sean Burke, who held the Angels scoreless over 6 innings pitched on opening day.
Yeah, Sean Burke is 1-1 with a 3.09 ERA. Over his last 7 appearances, he's really pitched the ball well. He's kind of been one of these guys that every once in a while has a starter, an opener, I should say, and he'll pick it up after that, and that was his last start. A fastball 96, slider that people chase, and then he's got a 2-seamer that he keeps it out of the zone, or he keeps it in the zone.
All right, let's see what the Angels can do today against Burke. Thanks for joining us for Angels Live. Coming up first pitch, Wayne Rendazzo, Martin Gubas on the call. Enjoy the game. We'll see you throughout the afternoon.
Pack your summer with the MLB app. Yeah, it's got game. This game, these games, all the games. Pre-game, post-game, and everything in between. This is baseball your way, with real-time stats, scores, breaking news, and custom content that hits every time. Because you choose the teams and pick the players you want to follow. So when they catch it on the field, you catch it on the app.
There's an easier way. From little fixes to big projects, taking care of your home is easy with Thumbtack. Download the Thumbtack app and start caring for your home today.
The MLB Network podcast is here. Join your favorite on-air personalities for unique perspectives, in-depth interviews, and untold stories from on and off the field. The MLB Network podcast, presented by Chevrolet. Available wherever you get your podcasts. Catch up on all the baseball action with a triple play. Kevin Millar, Ryan Dempster, and Sierra Santos. 3 hosts joined by baseball's biggest stars for the best interview in baseball. Intentional Talk. Weekdays only on MLB Network.
The vision for our cancer center was
that starting rotation, it doesn't get better than that.
Dominating night from Logan Gilbert.
Trying to be out there and take the ball as much as I can.
Swing and a miss against Luis Castillo.
It's wipeout stuff.
He's a legit ace.
Talk about depth. The Mariners really have it.
What a masterpiece from George Kirby.
Just trying to go out there and give my team the best chance to win.
Julio Rodriguez is an absolute superstar out there in center field.
Go fly zone, Julio.
Once I go, I just want to have everything ready.
The guy's dangerous.
Julio!
Every game night is a chance to go big with MLB Big Inning. Turn on baseball's only nightly show that brings you the biggest plays of the night, live and commercial-free.
Strikes him out.
No one stacks more clutch plays into one live show with up to 4 games on a single screen.
Out of here! He is on fire. It's a walk-off winner.
Change up game night with baseball's biggest game changer, MLB Big Inning, presented by Nissan. Every night, all season long on MLB.tv.
Aaron Judge looking to do some damage.
Oh, hey, Captain.
Oh, my God!
Near the wall.
Sorry.
Woo! No fly zone!
You're watching FanDuel Sports Network, the home of the Clippers, Kings, and Angels.
It's another perfect day here in Southern California, and today the finale of this 3-game series from Angel Stadium. It's the Los Angeles Angels against the Chicago White Sox. Alongside Mark Gubicza, I'm Wayne Randazzo, and Gooby, the Angels trying to get a spark to their offense today after managing just 5 hits in the first 2 games of this series.
And Wayne, the starting pitchers for the White Sox all season long have pitched very well against the Halos. It's 2 earned runs and 5 starts. Hopefully that changes today with Christian Moore back in there and Mike Trout the same.
Yeah, Mike Trout in the lineup today, and Christian Moore returns from his rehab assignment. Moore has missed the last month with that thumb injury.
Yeah, 5 for 11 in his rehab assignment, a couple doubles and a home run. But when you have him back in there, that is a major presence in your offense, especially when you get to those key points in the game, which he's been exceeding even the highest levels in those moments there with late and close situations where he is 6 for 12 with 3 home runs, 6 RBIs, he's got a triple and a walk-off home run, and an OPS, Wayne, of almost 1,500 in the toughest moments against the elite arms in baseball. That tells you he's real good at letting that baseball travel deep.
Now, Christian Moore certainly did a great job for the Angels at times, especially in those clutch moments when the Angels were having Moore in their lineup for his first stint in the big leagues. Then with a month off due to that time on the IL, Christian Moore gets back in there for today's game. He'll play second base behind the sinker baller Jack Kochanowicz.
And he's been really solid defensively too. He's real comfortable in that. That's the one thing that he worked a lot on in spring training, but now you're seeing some really, he's been involved in 7 double plays turns, something the Halos have been doing a great job with as far as double plays.
Well, it is a nice day here at Angel Stadium, and on this Sunday fun day at the ballpark, well, Zach Neto out signing autographs for the kids here at the ballpark today, a Sunday here at the stadium. The Angels and the White Sox coming up.
Starting at $4.49.
Baseball and FanDuel Sports Network brought to you by the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event. Deals so right, it almost feels wrong. Only at your SoCal Hyundai dealers. And by the OC Healthcare Agency. Navigate to healthier you at angels.ocnavigator.org. Beautiful day here in Orange County. The Angels and the White Sox with Jack Kochanowicz. Some encouraging signs in his last start.
Effectively wild. Yeah, good stuff. Not much as far as hard contact against that sinker. Really worked well in the combination with his changeup too. He had his infielders really involved in there with 9 ground ball outs and 4 2/3. No earned runs allowed. You just want to make sure those hitters for the White Sox today aren't comfortable in the batter's box. But that stuff he has, he's going to have a solid game this afternoon.
Waiting for the Angels to take the field here on this Sunday afternoon at Angel Stadium, trying to avoid being swept in this series by the White Sox after managing just 1 hit last night. The Angels were 1 hit in a shutout loss at home for the first time since 2006 yesterday, and it leaves them 5.5 back right now in the wild card. The Mariners and Rangers playing again today, the last game of their 4-game series. Seattle's won 2 of the first 3 there, maintaining 1 game on the Rangers. The Yankees are on the verge of getting swept in Miami, so they're fading back. The Red Sox finished off a sweep of the Astros today at Fenway, so Boston has moved into that top spot in the wild card race. The Angels still with a shot, but they'll need to start putting together a good chunk of wins here soon.
Yeah, it's still amazing when you look at Boston, how well they played in sweeping the Astros after all the moves they made at the trade deadline, and then the big trade that they made early in the season with Rafael Devers going to San Francisco. Yet Boston has been playing incredible baseball since.
And the Red Sox, well, they got swept here at Angel Stadium. It looked like they were on the downturn, but they have turned things around dramatically, and now they have surpassed all the wild card contenders. Not that far behind the Blue Jays either in the American League East. Toronto today first place in the AL East, tied with Kansas City 2-2. That game in the bottom of the 9th as the Angels take the field on this spectacular Sunday afternoon here at the Big A. And there's Kochanowicz.
Yeah, I look for him to go out, be aggressive and using his 2- and 4-seam fastball. My go-tos for him to have a solid game this afternoon against the White Sox lineup is pound and ground with that fastball all day long, over 54% ground ball rate, and get chases on his changeup, over 30% whip percentage with 17 strikeouts with his changeup. That's a good combination with that sinker and changeup going to that same part of the plate, especially against these left-handed batters for the White Sox.
Sure, the White Sox lineup without Miguel Vargas, who was scratched right before the game yesterday and put on the IL today with an oblique injury. The White Sox have scored a lot of runs since the All-Star break, although just 1 last night in a game where they did not manage an extra base hit. Mike Tauchman leading off today. Luis Robert in that 4-hole. Colson Montgomery, who has shown some power early in his major league career, batting 5th today for an improved White Sox team. Will Venable has led them to 42 wins this year. That's more than they had all of last year when they set the all-time loss record.
And fundamentally on the baseball field, much better under Will Venable for sure. Take a look at our Nissan defense with Christian Moore back at second base today. First in the outfield, Taylor Ward. Teodosio out in center, Adele in right field again today. And then at third base today, Luis Rengifo has been really solid at second. Zach Neto, Christian Moore over second base. Shonowell first, Travis d'Arnaud behind the plate. Christian Moore so far this season involved in turning 7 double plays. Been pretty good overall in 60 chances at second base. He's really worked hard at that, and he's been solid, and he's made some good plays, showing some good range at second base.
Angels turned 3 more double plays yesterday, now up to 102 ground ball double plays turned for the season, as Mike Tauchman starts it off today against Kochanowicz. That's ball 1 on a fastball. Remember, the Angels were really struggling to win Sunday afternoon games. They have won 2 of the last 3, though. Beat the Mariners here last Sunday.
Going a 4-seam fastball right away. That was an effective pitch for him against the White Sox back in March, or sometime this season.
It was March 30th when Kochanowicz made his season debut, and he looked good in that game against the White Sox. He threw 6 innings, giving up 2 runs. He's only had 4 quality starts this year, but he had one right out of the gate and kind of picked up where he left off last year. He's getting quality starts the majority of the time when he came up in the second half of last season.
And always the key for him too is getting, he's going to have some long at bats on occasion, but getting those quick 1-pitch outs, which he could do with his fastball.
It's 2 balls, 1 strike on Mike Tauchman. He swings and misses on that changeup. We saw that as an effective pitch for Kyle Hendricks last night against a fairly young White Sox lineup that's looking to be aggressive.
Yeah, Kyle was really good. It's a shame he ended up getting that loss, only gave up the 1 run in the game. This changeup was really good in his fastball. He paints that so well.
It was a rare loss for the Angels last night as Tauchman swings and misses, strike 3.
That's a good combination. That sinker had some movement to it after the changeup. That's 6-mile-an-hour separation, but it gives his fastball a little more zip on it when he's able to mix in his changeup. Sinker down. Even if he hits that baseball, it's going to be on the ground.
One had so much movement and almost acted like a hard slider from Kochanowicz to Tauchman. One away. Here's Lenyn Sosa as he lines one to right field as the first hit of the game.
He's always aggressive, like a lot of these hitters for the White Sox. Saw that throughout the series, swinging at the first pitch. A little bit higher on that sinker. Is able to get through that. He hits fastball as well. That's one thing to keep in mind against Sosa. He has a tough time on those secondary pitches. As much as he throws fastballs, that might not be a bad time to mix in that slider and sweeper.
Brings up Andrew Benintendi. First pitch, ball 1 to Benintendi, who has 14 home runs on the year. Includes 1 in this series. The White Sox, though, yesterday did not have an extra base hit, only scored 1 run and still won the game. The Angels had not lost a game like that since 1978 here at Angel Stadium. 170 consecutive home wins, giving up 1 or fewer runs and 0 extra base hits in a game. Almost always spells a win. Had for 37 straight years.
I would think so.
2 balls and no strikes on Benintendi. The Angels just could not muster up anything offensively. 1 hit and a shutout loss at home for the first time since the game against the White Sox. We told you about it last night in September of 2006, started by Freddie Garcia. It's 3 balls, no strikes on Benintendi. And there's ball 4. So Kochanowicz, who walked 6 in his last start, has issued his first walk here after a base hit by Sosa, and it brings up a red-hot Luis Robert.
When you think of Benintendi, he's always hacking at the first pitch, but none close enough for him to go after. Robert, like Sosa and Benintendi, up there hacking a lot on the first pitch.
Robert's been on base in 19 consecutive games. He's hit .339 in that time. Has scored a lot of runs, wreaks a lot of havoc when he does get on base. He's been on base a lot over the last few weeks. Ball 1 looked like it had the top of the zone there. The high strikes just not being called as much, even with a bigger man at the plate in Luis Robert.
Robert has hit into 6 double plays.
He hits this one off the mound and in the left center field. A hard struck single for Robert scores Sosa. And the White Sox, with 3 straight men reaching safely, score the first run.
That was 109 off the bat. We saw no real hard contact the other day against Kochanowicz, but 2 times already in this inning, baseball's hit over 100 miles per hour. Right down the heart of the plate.
Makes for a quick mound visit from Barry Enright out to talk to Kochanowicz here. After the 1-out single by Lenyn Sosa, Benintendi drew a 4-pitch walk, and then Robert goes after the first pitch and knocks a base hit. So 6 pitches here, turning into 3 men on base and a run for the White Sox, who are trying to sweep a series. And up until very recently, the White Sox had not swept a series all year. They finally did get their first sweep of the season against the Pirates coming out of the All-Star break. And they whipped the Pirates, outscoring them 27-7 in 3 games in Pittsburgh, the first 3 games after the break. And that was the first sweep for the White Sox this year. They were the last team to get one.
So you think 2 hits on sinkers against Kochanowicz, and that's when he made the adjustment with Travis d'Arnaud behind the plate early in that game in Chicago when they hit the sinker well. Wonderful, mix in more of the 4-seam fastball here again.
The batter is Colson Montgomery. Has to move his feet to get away from that fastball from Kochanowicz, ball 1. Montgomery 0 for 4 yesterday. He did hit a home run in the opener of this series. His only hit so far in this series. Breaks his bat and fouls one off.
Go back to that four-seamer against the White Sox when he made the adjustment during the game. He got a number of outs with that, 9 outs. As a matter of fact, with his four-seam fastball, he had some swing and misses and some contact on the ground against it. But I love the fact he had a lot more swing and misses than normal with his four-seamer. Take a look at our StatCast 3 powered by Google Cloud. With those 9 four-seamers, he was able to run that on corners and elevate it when he needed to get the out. So this might be a big pitch for him today because he throws a lot of fastballs overall, and that four-seamer could be effective against this lineup for the White Sox.
So it's 1 ball, 1 strike on Montgomery here. Kochanowicz trying to work his way back to get out of this inning, limit the damage. Kyle Hendricks had a similar inning in the second last night, was able to allow just the 1 run. Turned out to be the only run of the game, though. I believe we'll see more offense today as Montgomery fouls one off. Sunday afternoon games usually lead to more scoring opportunities here at Angel Stadium.
Four-seamer, but usually when you think about that, Montgomery, by the way, is really quick on the inside pitch. You saw that yesterday even on changeups. Of course, the Fulmer even began to go after changeup away. He's pretty quick on fastballs in. That was a four-seamer. Usually think four-seamer a little bit more elevated in the strike zone. If you throw that pitch, you want to go away with it, or maybe even go changeup away.
1 ball, 2 strikes here. That one down and in, now 2-2. So Kochanowicz starting to run up that pitch count. Montgomery will strike out 23 times already in his first 82 major league at bats. Struck out 164 times at the minor leagues last year. There's a lot of concern about Montgomery, but he hits this one in the air to deep right field. It sends Adele back to the wall, and it's off the top of the wall and gone. A home run for Colson Montgomery. His 7th as a big leaguer. He's driven in 22 runs in his first 25 games.
This is what you were concerned about in the first inning here for Kochanowicz against this White Sox lineup. You wanted to avoid a big inning. Well, just like that, they have their big inning. Another sinker mentioned on the inside part of the plate. He's really quick on that inside part, and he did it again. So 3 baseballs hit, about 101 miles per hour off the bat this inning. No good hard swings against them the other day against Texas.
Well, Kochanowicz missed his spot there by the entire length of the plate. Darno was setting up over the outside corner, and that ball traveled over to the inside corner.
It means you pulled across your body on that one when you see that much of a difference where you're supposed to throw the ball and where you're and then how it finishes off.
There's Edgar Caro chopping one to the second baseman Christian Moore. And finally the second out, but it comes after 4 straight runs.
Another home run by the White Sox. They're 104th. They've been hitting a bunch of them of late. Montgomery with a lot of power is 7th. He's got an OPS over 800.
28 of their home runs have come since the All-Star break. They have turned into a mutated version of their offense since the break. Kyle Teal, the batter here, drove in the only run of the game yesterday as he takes ball 1 from Jack Kochanowicz, who's now allowed 17 home runs in 100 innings this year. Alarmingly high number, especially on balls that are hit in the air. Here's one in the air out to left field, but Taylor Ward is there to end this 4-run first inning.
As As a parent, your plate is usually full long before dinner time rolls around. That's why Home Chef's family menu is making it easier than ever to sit down and eat together. Delicious 4-serving meals packed with family-friendly flavors are just a delivery away. Our fresh, pre-portioned ingredients and simple recipe steps save you time and money while making it easy to sit down for a family meal everyone will love. Home Chef's family menu, solving family dinner, one meal at a time. Get 18 free meals at homechef.com.
This is not Viagra. It's Rose Sparks. Made with 2 active ingredients instead of just 1, it dissolves under your tongue to work faster. Rose Sparks contain tadalafil, which stays active for up to 36 hours for around-the-clock results. Earn a round of applause with Rose Sparks. Connect with the provider and see if they're right for you at ro.co/OMG.
Simpson Chevy with Zach Neto leading off. Then Kochanowicz bats second. Mike Trout's in there after a couple of days battling an illness, hitting third as the DH. Taylor Ward bats cleanup. Then Adele, Rengifo, and d'Arnaud. Christian Moore returns today at second base, and Bryce Teodosio, who we saw in his major league debut for the season in center field last night, back in there today against Sean Burke, who was the White Sox opening day starter.
And he pitched well against the Halos in that game, went 6 innings and no runs. Like all the starters there in Chicago to start the season were very, very effective. But he's another guy that gives up a lot of home runs, whip 1.4. So there is some traffic with him when he's on the mound. Some walks in there and also a lot of home runs, 16 allowed.
Burke had very little major league experience entering this year. In fact, he was the first opening day starter with fewer than 20 career innings pitched since Fernando Valenzuela did it for the Dodgers in 1981. Zach Neto pops this one up to shallow center field. Robert is there.
And my go-tos against Sean Burke today to be able to get this offense back on track today is lift those mistakes, sliders for power. He's given up some home runs, 7 of them with a slugging percentage of .435, but you got to match his changeup. He's got a slugging percentage against his changeup of .905 slugging percentage with 3 home runs allowed and a batting average over .400.
Burke worked 6 scoreless innings against the Angels on opening day. Then he gave up 6 runs in his second start. He's pitched some behind an opener this year, so he's made now 22 appearances, and this is his 18th start. Generally, he's pitched starters innings in all of his games. Drops a curveball to Nolan Kochanowicz, 1 ball, 1 strike. Kochanowicz now 32 multi-hit games this year, leads the Angels in that category. At 33 last year.
Got to go back-to-back curveballs. Good take on that one, even though he hit the curveball the one before for a strike. So important to respond right away here. You don't want to get them comfortable again. The White Sox, they have been so far in the series.
It's 3 balls, 1 strike on Nolan Kochanowicz. Burke, a 25-year-old rookie, 3rd-round pick in 2021 out of the University of Maryland. He's from the Boston area, went to the same high school Ron Darling attended, St. John's High School in Massachusetts.
Sees quite a few pitches during the course of his at-bats.
Full count here. Kochanowicz has seen the boatload now, 3-2. It's a looper to left field, moving Benintendi over for the second out.
And this defense behind Burke today with Benintendi out in left field. Robert center, Talkman over in right field. In the infield for the White Sox, you got Baldwin, Montgomery, Rojas, Sosa, Caro behind the plate, highlighting that defense with Benintendi won a Gold Glove back in 2021. Not as strong defensively this season, been a DH a lot, but 5 defensive runs saved, but was able to track that one down pretty easily.
Nice hand for Trout, who was unavailable the first 2 days of this series, battling an illness. Seems like it was going around the clubhouse a little bit too. Trout late on that fastball from Burke at 95 miles an hour. No balls, 2 strikes on Trout, who is still 3 home runs away from 400 in his career. Recently reached 1,000 career RBIs. That happened last Sunday afternoon here at Angel Stadium. And he gets that fastball blown by him to end the inning.
PXG is proud of our nation's heroes, like past and present military, law enforcement, firefighters, EMTs, nurses, and teachers. And it's no secret we give special pricing to all of our hero customers. It's also no secret that times are tough. And in our book, that makes everybody a hero. So now through August 31st, everybody qualifies for special heroes pricing on select clubs. Visit PXG.com now to learn more. PXG, you've never played like this before.
Never clean your gutters again with LeafGuard. LeafGuard's seamless design keeps leaves, pests, and sediment out while directing water away from your home, preventing wood rot and foundation decay, giving you peace of mind that your home and family are protected from water damage with the industry's premier maintenance-free gutter system. Call 844-6LeafGuard right now for 75% off installation plus $200 off your purchase. LeafGuard, get it today. Protected for life.
Welcome back to the Big A. Great to see Christian Moore back in the Angels lineup after missing 26 games with that left thumb sprain. He said he was so excited. He joked before the game. He's been here basically since 8 a.m. He couldn't wait to get back out there with the guys this afternoon. And now as the Angels are searching for some offense, and Simo has certainly been part of some big moments for the Angels early on in his career, the message to him was just keep doing yourself. Keep playing your game. And it's been contributing in a lot of different ways. It's been showing up in a lot of different ways. But the offense for Christian didn't miss a beat as far as those 4 rehab assignments go. And he also never felt anything with that thumb sprain swinging the bat. It was all on defense. He said he did dive for a couple of balls over this past weekend during the rehab assignment. So the first one kind of scary. You just got to get it out of the way. But he will be wearing a thumb guard in his glove while on defense, but no issues swinging the bat.
Yeah, especially when you look at it at his home run, he hit the right field. That's that good power letting that baseball travel. Another baseball hit hard off Kochanowicz, another over 100+ exit velocity. That was 106. The changeup elevated.
A letter high changeup as Brooks Baldwin smacks one into right field. So the White Sox have their leadoff man on here in the second inning. Josh Rojas is the batter now, playing second base again. Haven't seen Chase Mydroth in this series. Rojas chops one to third. Rehab gets it to Neto, who turns it over to first, and that's a double play.
The old 5-6-3 double plays, always in your scorebook.
Mydroth got hit on the hand the other day, and we've not seen him play in this series. Rojas has played every game.
It's the 17th double play turn behind Kochanowicz this season.
Ground ball pitcher. He'll certainly get his fair share of double play balls. That one helpful as it gets the first 2 outs of this inning. Now Mike Tauchman, who struck out his first time.
Rehab involved in all 3 double plays yesterday at second base, involved in one at third base today.
They've been all Rehab to Neto to Kochanowicz.
Yes.
With Rehab at third starting this one. No balls and a strike on Tauchman. Ground ball for Neto as he backhands and sets his feet, throws out Tauchman to end the inning.
If you know luxury, it's not just award-winning, it's rewarding. Saatva Mattresses supports all types of sleepers. Luxury is handcrafted and assembled in American factories and brought directly to you with our complimentary in-home delivery and setup service. Which is why over 90% of customers would recommend Saatva to friends and family. Saatva, luxury mattresses made affordable.
The true West has no fences. There's an edge, but you gotta find it. Find comfort from the traditions that help define it, and the confidence from having the courage to defy it. But being brave isn't about being different. It's about being yourself. Now, we might not need more people in the West, but would it hurt to have a little more West in the people?
Burke, last time against the Halos, take a look at our StatCast 3D powered by Google Cloud. His slider was extremely effective against the Halos, and a lot of them in the lower part of the strike zone. A couple he got away with in the upper part, but he threw a lot of sliders. Has been effective for him this season with 20 strikeouts with his slider this season alone.
Well, one to Taylor Ward leading off here in the bottom of the second. Ward, then Adele and Rehab against Sean Burke, who worked a 1-2-3 bottom of the first. Ward with a fly ball to shallow right field. It's Tauchman in for it.
Boy, just wanting to get this offense rolling again. It's been stagnant the last couple of days. That's tough, especially with Joe Adele and his games numbers too. That's where you just want to see him just forget about it right now, just relax at the plate, get back to that swing where he's one of the best hitters in all of baseball in the month of June.
Challenge for player of the month at one point. Joe Adele has slowed down over the last few weeks. So he takes ball one from Sean Burke. Adele back in right field. The Angels are hoping that gives him more comfort defensively between center field and right field. The Angels have had -30 defensive runs saved this year. Rerouted their defense, putting Adele in right field where he excelled last year. And Teodosio, who's a natural center fielder, really for the first time this season, the Angels have someone who actually plays center field in center field.
Boy, Joe Adele's been pitched inside quite a bit of late.
Back in there, a foul. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Adele.
And even when he was on that really hot streak in June, he still had a tougher time with fastballs in, but pitchers are reluctant to go in there because if they miss and it drifts out over the plate, that's a baseball he hits a mile.
Angels are now 4-5 on this long homestand. They've still got 3 more games to play with Tampa in town next. Rays are probably on their way already. They have lost today to the Dodgers. And from a potential launch point, especially after winning 4 out of the first 6 on this homestand, it has gotten sour for the Angels over the last few days. Now 5 games under 500. Tapped to third and handled by Baldwin, who has a good arm. 2 outs. Angels have not been 6 games under 500 since the beginning of June. They'll need to win today to avoid that and avoid being swept by the White Sox at home for the first time in 15 years.
Things could turn around quickly. Just look at Miami. They are now 500 on the season with that win again today against the Yankees. 500. Miami Marlins 55-55.
Pretty amazing.
Sammy Hagar big time on that one.
Well, they've played the way the Angels need to play from here on out, really. In the last 44 games, the Marlins have won 30. And that's the kind of run the Angels need to go on. This needs to start. They need to not stop pretty much from now to the end. 8 weeks to go for this ball club until the end of the regular season. This one is hit hard and off the glove of Montgomery. As Rehab is able to reach base, first time for the Angels today. It should be a hit.
A bit of a tricky hop if you try to go in the backhand, but if he makes that play, I think they got a shot to get Rehab at first base.
With the heel of his glove, so Rehab is on. 2 out, infield hit to bring up Travis d'Arnaud, who's doing the catching today. Logan O'Hoppe with the day off. Saw both O'Hoppe and d'Arnaud in the lineup together on Friday, as d'Arnaud is the DH. Generally, teams are reluctant to do that in case there's an injury early in a game and you lose your DH.
Yeah, but backup catcher Mustafa Capero and a former first-round pick as a catcher in Taylor Ward if that emergency if he needed it. He's done it before.
That'd be a super emergency at this point for Ward. But yeah, Campero certainly could. He's got a lot more professional experience catching than Ward. He's on the bench today. White Sox are having both of their catchers in there today. Caro is behind the plate. Teal is DHing.
And they're both extremely young too. Both been pretty solid overall, especially offensively.
Throw to first gets away, so Rehab will advance to second base. And a bad pickoff attempt from the pitcher Sean Burke. Going to hit Rehab.
Did that say the wallet?
Must have got him in a meteor part of his backside there.
He's been hit with that baseball a lot. Pitch, foul ball, twice now on pickoffs. I say baseball is your friend, but the baseball itself has not been a friend to Rehab.
Balls, 2 strikes. The count. Miami beat the Yankees today 7-3. Finishing off that sweep at home of New York in front of another big crowd. They've had roughly sellouts all 3 games there.
That's great to see that. I know it's the Yankees in town, but it's great to see the fans in Miami supporting their club. We've been great.
It'd be nice if that continued. Meanwhile, the Angels continue to not score. They get blanked here in the second.
A star is born, talking about Jackson Churio.
Churio flips the scoreboard with a 4-pointer. He's coming into his own right before our eyes.
That truly believe in the presence and the person that Jackson Churio is.
You have to love the versatility he brings. He can play left field, he can play right field.
Youngest player in MLB history to report 20+ homers, 20+ stolen bases.
This is the first Brewer that had 2 home runs in a postseason game.
Jackson Churio!
The MLB Network podcast is here. Join your favorite on-air personalities for unique perspectives, in-depth interviews, and untold stories from on and off the field. The MLB Network podcast, presented by New Balance, Sundays at 11:30 Eastern.
There's certain players in every lineup that make the lineup go. Speed, power, he is a difference maker.
Ketel Marte! He's done it one more time!
The best second baseman in the game, that's Ketel Marte.
There goes Corbin. Just incredible speed.
He wants to bury people. He just doesn't want to beat you. He wants to drive you into the ground.
Goodbye! Snakes alive!
They're tearing the cover off the ball.
We play to win. We've played that way all year. I guess this is just another example of that. We know what's in that locker room. We know the heart we have.
Time for the 4th bobblehead of the year as the first 25,000 fans in attendance on August 22nd. That's against the Cubs. Will receive Logan O'Hoppe's bobblehead courtesy of Foundation Building Materials. Visit angels.com/promotions today.
No, O'Hoppe's pretty pumped up about that one.
adjustable action right there.
Yes. We seem to make it on our flights, different cities, which seems to be always back east every other flight.
Yes. His next road trip will be just a quick one to Detroit, just a quick jaunt to Detroit and back. And another 3-game road trip to Sacramento and back. So the Angels are home for a lot of this month. Lenyn Sosa leads off the third. Here's ball 1 from Kochanowicz. Sosa with a base hit his first time, punched one to right. A pretty free swinger. It's that pitch in the zone. He's going to give it a whack. 2 balls, no strikes on Sosa here.
Don't want to give any more traction here as far as thinking big innings. You got to be able to get that leadoff hitter out here for Kochanowicz.
Sosa from Venezuela. He's been in the organization for the White Sox a long time, 9 years. He's only 25 years old, though. A lot of these guys are on the White Sox. They have many players that are 25 and younger. Plus Luis Robert, 28, not necessarily an old player yet. Pitch in there from Kochanowicz. The White Sox trying to brighten their future after what's been a bleak few years.
There's some pretty good young pitching talent too in the minor leagues too. We hear a lot about.
Those guys have not been able to get to the major leagues yet. Hagen Smith and Noah Schultz as Sosa fouls one back, and it's 3-2. Plesac make that play?
Yeah, he was thinking about it. He's doing what all good pitchers do, that is point. Somebody else got it.
Full count now as Kochanowicz has rallied back from 3-0 to get to 3-2. He walks Sosa anyway. 12th walk all year for Sosa. Today's game a simulcast. We welcome those of you watching on both FanDuel Sports Network and Fox 11 Plus. Kochanowicz with his second walk. Walked 6 his last time. Walked at least 2 hitters now. 7 straight outings. It's 53 for the year in his 100 innings. Benintendi, it's a fly ball to left center field. Bryce Teodosio reaches all the way over to make the catch.
It's nice to see him the way he glides after that baseball. That ground he covered.
The actual center field instincts out there for Teodosio. Does cover a lot of ground with his speed.
He's shading him a little bit towards right center. And look how far over he's covered to get to that baseball.
So 1 out brings up Robert, RBI single and a run scored. And Robert gets another hit. This guy is absolutely on fire right now. 2 for 2 today. He has been on base in 20 consecutive games.
That wasn't even a bad changeup either. That was down, but he just punched it right back up the middle. Everything's back up the middle. When you hit the ball consistently up the middle, you have a better chance of putting together a long stretch as far as getting hits.
There's a lot of talk about trading Robert. That the White Sox would be able to get some sort of package back for Robert based on almost his skills alone. He's a tremendously talented ball player, but White Sox decided to keep him after the trade deadline, and now thinking about exercising a $20 million option for Robert for next year. It sounds like he'll be with the organization for the foreseeable future as Montgomery fouls one on.
Just a great talent. If he can stay on the field, he can do a lot of things for you. Really good defensively. And that's capability of being a 40-40 guy, really, with his speed.
He certainly has that kind of potential. They just need him out there being productive.
He's had a lot of leg problems, it seems to be.
1 ball, 1 strike on Montgomery with a 3-run homer in the first. 7 homers and 22 knocked in for Montgomery. It's been a good first month in the major leagues for him. Big cut there. 1 ball and 2 strikes.
They go back inside on him. That was upstairs enough. Still, he had a fairly decent hack at that one. Forced him to hit the ball the other way. He's showing some real good power to center to right field on pitches middle in.
It's 1-2. Kochanowicz trying to work around a leadoff walk, and Roberts base hit. Just missed the inside corner. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Going right back to that last at bat. Look how much he missed his target. Travis d'Arnaud was set off the plate for that purpose alone, to make sure he didn't miss inside and was back inside. That means he's opening up his front shoulder too quickly. Drive towards the plate and stay away.
Now liner the other way. A base hit for Montgomery will bring home another run. Sosa scores. Robert goes to third. Montgomery's driven in 4 today. The White Sox lead it 5-0. And this location is way off for Kochanowicz.
And it's a sinker and it's upstairs. You can make contact with it. Drifts right out over the plate and he stays on it. And it's elevated.
d'Arnaud wanted that ball on the inside corner at the knees. And it was on the outside third of the plate, letter high.
Kind of trying to go that sinker that he struck out Talkman back in the first inning, first batter.
So first and third for Edgar. Caro bounced out his first time. He bounces this one as well as Moore grabs it, flips with the glove, and Neto to first for a double play.
Oh, that's about as good as you could turn to. That was a real nice play by Neto too.
Next level. Oh my goodness.
Lots of great baseball coming, and good guess, by the way.
Play baseball like I'm still a young kid, like a little teenager.
Good luck trying to hit that, man. It's unhittable.
How about that? No way! What a moment! This is the show that never ends.
Yordan Alvarez is just becoming this consistent hitting machine.
The big man who wears 44 is 4 for 4.
Face of the franchise, everything that is Houston now.
He's top 5 in every category for the Houston Astros historically.
Always just assume they're going to play in the ALCS.
There's no effort. Boom.
And you can kiss that goodbye. That's a game winner.
Late inning heroics once again. He's a legend.
Unbelievable.
We missed you. Come on inside.
One of the more rare feats in the history of baseball.
He's going to be a perennial all-star MVP frontrunner.
It's a unique athlete, a unique talent.
Christian Moore comes through to make it 3-2 Angels. He hits it hard out to right center field, pretty deep. Rafael is back. It's over his head. It's off the wall. Say goodnight to the Red Sox. It's a home run. The Angels are happy to have Christian Moore back in there today.
And they need that spark the way this game has gone so far for the Halos against the White Sox. The White Sox offensively have been hitting the ball well, so you need that spark right now from Christian Moore.
And a nice play to end the top of the third. Had to improvise a little bit. Wasn't sure exactly if he or Zach Neto was going to go get that ball. But once he did, he was able to grab it and flip it with the glove to start an inning-ending double play.
Keep in mind that thumb. He says he's got the thumb guard with the glove, so that's a good sign. He was able to flip that like he did to Neto.
Facing Sean Burke to lead off third. Chases a pitch way out of the zone. First at bat in a month for Moore at the major league level. He did well in his brief minor league rehab assignment. Went 5 for 11. Staying close, playing for Inland Empire. Played umpire.
Saw someone climbing on that screen there by the suites down there by the dugout.
It was a photo op gone wrong. So back into the suite area, away from that screen. No balls and a strike on Christian Moore as he takes ball one. Moore with a lot of big moments already in the very early part of his career. Had that game tying and game winning home run in one game against the Red Sox.
Burke going back between his curveball and slider was real effective at opening start. It's the Halos.
Angels have only had 2 hits now in the last 2 games. Think about this. They have not had a hit to the outfield since Friday night. Kochanowicz hit that almost scored that run on Friday in the 7th inning. When Campero got thrown out at third, that's the last hit to the outfield the Angels have had.
For a team that relies so much on the home run ball, too.
Yeah. Last night, 1 hit, infield hit. Today, 1 hit, an infield hit. It's 3 balls and 2 strikes on Moore with Teodosio behind him, and then Jack Neto will be back to the top of the order. And there's ball 4, so Moore works.
That's pretty good. That was a pretty good pitch, too. And now it's time for a Hyundai key for the game today. Going old school here. A little Bette Midler. Wind beneath my wing. In other words, with the way the baseball will carry today, just hit that ball up in the air and get it out of the ballpark for the Halos.
It's unusual if you're going to go old school.
Yeah. We're going Rochelle.
You went with the very contemporary Chicago yesterday.
Yes. I'm going Kramer's favorite.
Balls 1 strike on Bryce Teodosio.
And we're bringing it all together with the Angels' wings. I mean, we had our Angels in the outfield. We need some of that magic here today and get some baseballs hit in the air and get some carry to it.
Angels are down by 5. Colson Montgomery has 4 RBIs for the White Sox today. Pickoff attempt by Burke, who does have a few pickoffs this year.
He has allowed 14 stolen bases and 5 have been caught, but yeah, you're right, he does have a pretty good pickoff move. 3 of them.
Tries again on Moore, gets back, so that's 2 throws over. A little 5-0 here. I don't know if Moore's going to be all that active anyway.
Now you need some traffic, especially with the top of the order coming up now. Don't be surprised if Teodosio at some point just tried even a push bunt at first base with all that attention at the first base bag for Sosa.
Moore does have a big lead. Swing and a miss. Sosa playing first base again today with Vargas out.
Well, the White Sox in this series, Wayne, have been really effective throwing their 4-seam fastball upper part of the strike zone. Really, really effective. Savali was great with that last night. Burke already today showing signs of that 4-seamer upstairs.
Went too far up and in. Friday the starter was Shane Smith, who battled some control problems. Gave up just 2 hits though. The White Sox bullpen did the rest of the work on Friday night.
But there's 4 hits in that first game too.
Wave and a miss by Teodosio on a slider. That one stayed in the zone, but got a strikeout. 3rd for Burke today.
He gives up some home runs on that slider when it's in the strike zone like this. That's what you're trying to do with that breaking ball, get it in the zone. He got away with that, but he just pulled off that pitch. But I think that 4-seam fastball upstairs made that one effective enough to get a swing and miss.
Talked about the base on balls for some of these White Sox pitchers. Zach Neto pops this up. Burke has issued the 7th most walks in the American League. He's not paid for the leadoff walk to start this inning yet. 2 outs will bring up Kochanowicz. Angels with Soriano, Kikuchi, and Kochanowicz 2nd, 3rd, and 4th most walks in the AL between the 3 of them. So 2 down as Kochanowicz stands in. Fly to left his first time.
See that pitch upstairs again. four-seam fastball, paints it that time.
There's a nice hit the other way for Kochanowicz.
That is so him.
Moving to third base, Christian Moore. Kochanowicz thought about second, but goes back to first. Doesn't want to risk it down 5 with 2 outs.
But still, that's what you want to do. You want to put a pressure on an outfielder to make him make a play and get it in quickly. If he doesn't, or if he just throws it into the cutoff man, you get into scoring position yourself. Another hit for Kochanowicz, giving Trout a chance to get the Halos right back in the game with 1 swing. Just a really solid hitter. Staying back on the baseball, knowing he's got that part of the field wide open for him.
Strike 1 to Trout on the tightly spun slider from Burke. Trout with a strikeout his first time. Angels with some traffic here in the third, first and third. Leadoff walk and a 2-out single. Like a hanging breaking ball over the inside part of the plate. Trout fouled it off.
So he threw a slider in the strike zone and a curveball in the inner half. Imagine right now Trout's going to have to deal with a four-seam fastball upstairs.
And the last one that struck him out was middle.
Got some room in that right side to punch that ball or line it that way too if it's a fastball out over the plate.
See what comes here from Sean Burke. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Carroll wants the heater upstairs, and Trout laid off it.
He's pretty close too.
High strikes not being called throughout the league, especially so today for Jeremy Rehab, home plate umpire. I don't know if that will change with the challenge system. That's going to look probably starting next year. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Trout. And this time the high fastball strikes him out.
We got our hands up in the air, 'cause it's a party. We having fun here, 'cause it's a party.
Oh my! This guy is next level. Oh my goodness!
Lots of great baseball coming, and good guess, by the way.
Play baseball like I'm still a young kid, like a little teenager.
Good luck trying to hit that, man. It's unhittable.
No way! What a moment! This is the show that never ends.
SiriusXM's The Leadoff Spot is now on MLB Network. Join Steve Phillips and former MLB players Xavier Scruggs and Eduardo Perez for a recap of the night's action, preview of the day ahead, plus in-depth baseball interviews all season long on MLB Network.
Your day in baseball starts with MLB Central.
Let's get it started.
Lead off your morning with in-depth breakdowns.
Perfect balance. What?
Boom. Interviews with the players.
Get back to the fastball. I know what that passion feels like.
And a little bit.
Keeping.
You behave properly.
Hey.
Of everything else.
Come on, Marlins.
The window seats are.
The baseball day begins with MLB Central. Weekdays at 10 a.m. Eastern. Only on MLB Network.
If you're not watching this show, you're the problem.
Off Base is coming in a brand new format. Join Lauren Gardner and Xavier Scruggs as they explore all the baseball buzz across social media, pop culture, and around the majors. The Off Base Podcast, all season long, only on MLB Network.
Well, steal third and run it back. Didn't work out for this kid.
Get right back up. Love it. Way to go.
They carry that big pizza box around with them. It's an extra large now these days. The big bases.
It'd work. Love that. Still sprinting down the line too.
A lot of energy. So does Kyle Teal leading off here for the White Sox in the 4th inning as he takes strike 1 from Kochanowicz. Teal last night catching a 1-hitter and driving in the only run of the game. The catcher has not done that since Buster Posey in 2014, catching a 1-hitter or a no-hitter. Teal fouls this one behind home plate. RBI single last night. Drove in Luis Robert in the 2nd. Today it's been Colson Montgomery driving in 4 of the 5 White Sox runs.
Impressive swinging the bat, Montgomery, though.
Certainly has big pop.
2 home runs in the series.
Teal breaks his bat and floats one towards short. Neto will have to hurry this throw and gets it there in plenty of time. One away as we take a drive with Hyundai.
Enjoy the new car.
Thank you.
Deal so right, it almost feels wrong. The Hyundai Getaway Sales Event.
Well, when Neto has to get behind that throw, he gets a lot on his throw.
Kind of
smart as far as when he doesn't have to rush it, but when he does, he gets a lot on his throw.
That's fine. That can work forever.
I've often mentioned Alan Trammell was so good at that. Hall of Famer with the Tigers, when he didn't have to throw the ball hard across the infield. Just took his time, made that solid throw, but when he had to let it go, he did.
Neto did just their 87-mile-an-hour throw. You know, that's part of the reason I think you see guys, everything's measured now. So you see guys maybe make harder throws than they need to at times because they're going to get measured and ranked by arm strength and all that. Makes more sense in those rankings just to take the hardest throw instead of the averages. As Brooks Baldwin takes ball 2. It's different for catchers, and they're always trying to throw as hard as they can to get the guy out on a base stolen base attempt.
Yeah, you're exactly right. You should never take the average to throw for, especially for an infielder. Sometimes you don't have to throw it with everything on it.
Fly ball carrying a bit from Baldwin's bat, but Teodosio settles under and has it for the 2nd out.
Well, you can tell the difference in a day game is compared to a night game a lot here at this ballpark. That baseball wasn't necessarily hit all that hard, although decent exit velocity, but that went pretty far. 40-degree launch angle. At 102 off the bat. Might have hit it too high, though.
A little bit high. Got under it. Here's Rojas, who went to a double play his first time. 5-6-3 it went. And as the infield is set up exactly as they are now with Rehab even with the bag, but well off the line, and Neto up the middle. The last throw from Neto was his hardest this year. There's a pitch timer violation on Kochanowicz. We've seen Neto really let it rip on some of those double play balls too. Well, a nice summer Sunday afternoon. Arms loose today for Zach Neto. Kochanowicz allowed 4 in the 1st inning. Has given up just 1 run since then. Since then, the Angels have not been able to produce anything offensively now for a 2nd straight day. Still a lot of time in this one. Let's rip past Shotwell, a base hit for Rojas. He'll stay at first base as Joe Adell gathers it quickly. 2-out single. Sends it back to the top of the order in Tauchman.
Yeah, it created a lot of bat speed on that changeup that was upstairs and on the inner half. A home run in this series also himself.
Just his 2nd this year. Mike Tauchman in his first year with the White Sox. After a couple of years with the Cubs, so it's his 3rd straight year playing for a Chicago team. His contract included a relocation bonus if he was going to get traded, but he never did. 2 balls and no strikes. Seemed like some of the rental players kind of fell through because teams were so interested in trying to acquire more controllable talent, guys who were signed beyond this year. Not as many rentals got traded because of it.
Well, there's some serious action that last few days, but especially the last day of the trade deadline.
2 balls and a strike on Tauchman. Angels pretty much stood their ground. Did add a couple of relievers within a couple of days before the deadline, getting Garcia and Chafin, and then Oswald Peraza on deadline day. Trying to offer this young group of players an opportunity to stay together and make a run here in August and September. I wouldn't say the Angels were buyers necessarily, maybe very modestly, but they weren't sellers either. 3 balls and 1 strike on Tauchman. Unfortunately, the Angels have not responded with any wins, though, since the trade deadline, losing the first 2 after against the White Sox to start this series, and down by 5 today. 3 balls, 1 strike. Sosa's on deck as Tauchman bounces 1 foul.
And that was a really, really good spot with a sinker.
Three and 2, so Rojas will get a head start here. It's grounded softly right at Zach Neto. Broken bat from Tauchman as that ends the inning.
The 611 podcast meets MLB Network. Join longtime teammates and former MVPs Jimmy Rollins and Ryan Howard, plus other former players for unfiltered conversations about baseball, culture, and life. Only on MLB Network.
I want to talk about the Angels. They're my big surprise team of 2025.
The Angels make sure the halo will shine brightly tonight.
The energy level and the swag and the confidence.
It is Trout here.
Game's on notice.
Magneto magnificent.
High octane. It is fuel. It is hot. It's coming at you in a big way.
It was 105.5 miles an hour.
No way.
The Halos are unstoppable right now.
Turn on baseball's national pregame show. MLB Tonight, live at 5. Join Greg, Harold, and Dan and a star-studded roster for a preview of all the night's matchups. Get a first look at the lineups.
You know the top 3 are getting there.
First take from the players.
Understanding what I do well, and it's use the whole field.
And the first of many breakdowns every game night. A full night of baseball starts at 5. MLB Tonight's national pregame show. Weekdays on MLB Network.
Take a look at our StatCast to be powered by Google Cloud. What the White Sox pitchers have done in this series with 34 outs. Look how many four-seam fastballs upstairs, a cutter, some sinkers down, but they've been very, very successful with their fastballs, especially upstairs, and they've stayed the course with that and been really good in this series to this point.
Burke has 4 strikeouts in 3 scoreless innings today. Taylor Ward leads off here. 2 balls, no strikes. Ward flied out to end the game yesterday. A rare 3-0 swing from Taylor Ward.
And that was surprising, especially when he had Joe Adell on deck, and he doesn't do that a whole lot.
Was after a pitch there on 2-0 that was well off the plate. 2 balls, 1 strike on Ward.
And Ward, as we talk a little bit about Adell and Kochanowicz, a little bit of a struggle in day games. It's just the opposite for Taylor Ward. He usually crushes the ball in the day.
It's a high strike called that time. 2-2.
Back upstairs again, just like we were showing. Burke's
a big guy, 6'6", 240. gets another strikeout with that fastball. Just revved it right by Ward.
That chase, 2-0 pitch and then back-to-back fastballs, and this went upstairs again. Not quite as elevated as the one before, but gets him. The game plan seems to be against him. Most of the hitters on the Halos like the ball in the lower third, but they're trusting that the White Sox pitchers can't stay up there, but they have stayed up there very effectively, and that's why the struggles have been offensively for the Halos against the White Sox staff.
There's a White Sox pitcher whose number is on the sleeve of the jersey, who got a lot of strikeout to the big fastball. You see the number 45 there on the right sleeve of Burke for Bobby Jenks.
Former Halo at one point.
Passed away just 44 years old. A cancer battle this year.
Well, they really did a nice job of honoring him and his family. That ceremony they had for the 20th anniversary of the World Series team just a couple weeks ago in Chicago.
Jenks came on in the second half of that year, took over as the closer down the stretch and in the playoffs. A two-time All-Star the following couple of years there for the White Sox. Gone way too soon, drafted by the Angels initially. Just 44 years old. The White Sox did have their 20-year reunion for the World Series team in July and honored Bobby Jenks and all the teams. There's another strikeout and a high fastball to Dell this time.
Going right back upstairs with a fastball again.
18 strikeouts on fastballs in this series for the Angels.
Usually as a hitter, you're thinking you're hoping to get fastballs due to damage.
Ball's one strike on Rehab now, and an infield hit his first time. Angels' last extra base hit was Comparo's home run. In fact, that's the only extra base hit they've had in this series. Easy inning here for Sean Burke. 2 strikeouts and a soft ground out.
The MLB app. Yeah, it's got game. This game. These games. All the games. Pre-game, post-game, and everything in between. This is baseball your way. With real-time stats, scores, breaking news, and custom content that hits every time. Because you choose the teams and pick the players you want to follow. So when they catch it on the field, you catch it on the app.
I'm Jesse's uncertainty, and I really thought house projects were my time to shine. One little, are you sure? He gets stuck before he even got started. But Jesse's changed. Because of Thumbtack. With their guides, he knows exactly what to do and who to hire. And his house is looking great. Where does that leave me?
Uncertainty doesn't live here. You do. Take care of your home with Thumbtack. Download the app today.
Arco, top tier play. It's good to have the defense rolling here as far as the plays here by Christian Moore. The flip of the glove, 4-6-3 double play. Christian Moore, welcome back using the glove flip. The Neto and a lot on that throw. He's worked a lot on his defense, and he's been impressive at the major league level with his defense. It's good to see him be able to flip that with the glove. Consider where he had that thumb injury, and it's in that glove with that little thumb guard on there. Really nice play.
Jack Kochanowicz back to work here in the 5th inning. Lenine Sosa leads off. 2 runs scored today, a single and a walk for Sosa. Angels down 4 early after a 4-run first inning was started with a Sosa base hit. Wilson Montgomery had a 3-run homer and has an RBI single today as well. Kochanowicz does not get the call there. 1 ball, 1 strike. Fairly low pitch count, even with all the runs and hits and a couple of walks even.
Double plays help out.
He's had a couple of those. Only 1 strikeout today. Talkman to start the game. Good fastball there, 1-2.
A 4-seamer. Remember, had some swing and misses versus the White Sox with his 4-seamer that first start against them way back in March.
Angels won 2 out of 3 in that series. They would need to win today to at least split the season series with the White Sox. Angels had won 7 straight season series against them until last year. Of all years for the White Sox to break their series losses against the Angels, they did it last year. Taylor Ward with a good running catch as he tracks down that one off the bat of Sosa.
Call back a good first step and a good route on that baseball hit pretty hard by Sosa. It's another fastball up. This time he was on that one. Hit it well. Taylor Ward did a nice job getting at this before the wall.
1 out in the batter, Benintendi, who walked and scored in the first inning. They were able to complete that Speedway Classic game in Tennessee today. The announced attendance for that was 91,000 as Benintendi hits one in the air to center. It's Teodosio back to the wall, and he makes a back-footed leaping catch right up against the bottom of the fence.
That's the normal for Benintendi being aggressive on the first pitch. He almost got that one out too. So some distance by some swings by the White Sox, but 2 outs. Teodosio get back to the wall, able to get that one. Hit well though by Benintendi. Both baseballs hit pretty hard in this inning.
Here's Robert with 2 outs, 2 hits today and a run scored. That Speedway racetrack in Bristol, Tennessee looked pretty impressive with the baseball field on it. Swaths of seats. It was pretty full last night. Not as full today after I'm sure a lot of people flown in or came in just for the day yesterday.
Including the Reds. It was 91,000 people, they said. It's either last night or today. That's pretty cool.
In terms of tickets sold, a new major league record for a regular season game, 91,000. The Dodgers for a time played in the LA Coliseum, which of course has a big seating capacity.
Well, the old Cleveland Municipal Stadium, I think it was called, in Cleveland, that held about 75, 76,000. That place was loud when people were there.
2 balls and a strike on Robert. Ball lined and caught by Neto to end the inning.
Right this second, at some pool party somewhere, someone really wants a soda.
Could really go for a...
But that same someone's stuck between like way too much syrup. And what is that, diet water? What if there were a better soda?
Ladies.
Oh, hey, girl.
Stop spiraling. Get a poppy.
Ah, duh. A soda with 5 grams of sugar? Iconic. I'm dancing too. You can't see me. You just have to take my word for it.
This is not Viagra. It's Rose Sparks. Made with 2 active ingredients instead of just 1, it dissolves under your tongue to work faster. Rose Sparks contain tadalafil, which stays active for up to 36 hours for around-the-clock results. Earn a round of applause with Rose Sparks. Connect with the provider and see if they're right for you at ro.co/OMG.
When we started Warby Parker, we just sold.
I think the sneaky team to watch is the Giants.
It's going to be fun to watch this staff. That is the best ballpark in the world to pitch in San Francisco.
A lot of experience up top.
I like where this team's headed.
High drive! It
Always take the beach with you. An Angels City Connect hat is on the way. First 25,000 fans Saturday, August 23rd against the Cubs will receive a Angels City Connect hat courtesy of Yakult Probiotic Drink. Visit angels.com/promotions.
Fans will love that one. I know that for sure. Actually, we will too.
Certainly. Travis d'Arnaud will lead off the 5th inning against Sean Burke, who's had a lot of whiffs today, 13 of them. His career high 15. Struck out d'Arnaud to win the 2nd. Burke has fanned 6 today. He's only allowed 2 hits and no runs once again against a White Sox starting pitcher for the Angels. There's another swing and a miss.
Hanging slider he got away with too.
About those highly attended games of the past, 91,000 the announced attendance for the Speedway game. d'Arnaud pops this up. It was the 1959 World Series. Mentioned the Dodgers hosting games at one point at the Coliseum. Well, they played the White Sox in that 1959 World Series, and they had 92,000 for each of the home games. Wow. It's just the 2nd year of the Dodgers being in California.
Remember that one episode of the Munster where Herman Munster was swinging the bat there and hitting home runs there?
Yeah, we had Leo DeRocher with him in the in the episode.
It's good to date myself. It's really good. I love it.
It's just not like you to go old school. Yeah. Here's Moore off the end of his bat, lifting one to left center. Roberts closing in on it. It slides, and did he make the catch? It looks like he did. What a play by Luis Robert.
Yeah, that's that coverage we say about how good of an all-around player he is. Won a Gold Glove 2020. Just before it hits that outfield grass. Nice shot by Benintendi to be there. If that ball is not caught, it's only going to be a single. Just on that back end, just before it hits that outfield grass. It's a big man covering some ground.
Won a Gold Glove before. 2 balls and a strike on Teodosio.
Got a solid throwing arm out in the outfield also.
He's a 5-tool player, Robert, as Burke sets a new career high with swings and misses today. That is strike 3 called to end the inning.
I want to talk about the Angels. They're my big surprise team of 2025.
The Angels make sure the halo will shine brightly tonight.
The energy level and the swag and the confidence.
It is Trout here.
Game's on notice.
Magneto magnificent.
High octane. It is fuel. It is hot. It's coming at you in a big way.
It was 105.5 miles an hour.
No way.
The Halos are unstoppable right now.
It's a great night for baseball.
This matchup features some of the best talent in the game. A lot of power, a lot of marquee names.
Here we go. Buckle up, folks.
There's a guy who wants to be in the spotlight.
The bats have come alive.
A showstopper.
We're just playing Powerball.
This place doesn't know what hit him.
These teams are entertaining, are they not?
The show continues. Experience game-to-game coverage of the night's biggest moments, live and commercial-free. MLB Network Strike Zone, Wednesday and Friday nights all season.
Every game night is a chance to go big with MLB Big Inning. Turn on baseball's only nightly show that brings you the biggest plays of the night, live and commercial-free.
Strikes him out.
No one stacks more clutch plays into one live show with up to 4 games on a single screen.
Out of here! He is on fire. It's a walk-off winner.
Change up game night with baseball's biggest game changer, MLB Big Inning, presented by Nissan. Every night, all season long on MLB.tv.
Golic and Golic featuring Mike Golic Sr. and Mike Golic Jr. airing on FanDuel Sports Network every Monday through Friday starting at noon. Monday, father and son will welcome the Alabama football coach Kalen DeBoer to the show. Don't miss it. Weekdays at noon only on FanDuel Sports Network. Colson Montgomery leads off here in the 6th inning. He's a homer and 4 RBIs today as he looks at the strike from Jack Kochanowicz. Native of Indiana, where Alabama is football country, Indiana is basketball country. Montgomery would have gone to IU and he would have been a walk-on the basketball team at Indiana.
That's pretty impressive. That's a tremendous basketball program.
He would have kept his baseball responsibilities in full, even though there's some overlap there. He would have just left the basketball team behind, being a walk-on, but good enough to play both sports in the Big Ten if he would have not been drafted in the 1st round, which he was by the White Sox. 21st overall pick just 3 years ago. No balls, 2 strikes here on Montgomery. A swing and a miss on the changeup.
Now that was a perfect spot. We've seen him having a tougher time with a changeup away and down. That's the best spot with his changeup this afternoon.
It's about location. And in the first 2 at-bats from Montgomery, Kochanowicz was missing his spot by wide margins. This time he hits it and gets a strikeout. 1 out. Here's Edgar Caro, former Angels farmhand, 0 for 2 today. Involved in that Lucas Giolito trade. Remember, after that trade, Giolito and Ronaldo Lopez coming from the White Sox. Angels went on that long losing streak at the beginning of August 2 years ago, which sunk them as far as being in the mix for the playoffs. Trying to avoid a similar fate here. This would be their 4th straight loss around the beginning of August again.
You go back in this series, that pickoff by Caro at 3rd base with the bases loaded, no outs, really turned things around in this entire series.
This one's over the mound. It's going to be tough for Neto to make a play on. And Caro beats it out. So an infield base hit for Edgar Caro. Angels were able to make some promotions this week, as you often see toward the later part of the year. Nelson Rada, 19 years old. Denzer Guzman, 21 years old, both now at AAA Salt Lake.
And you know, Wayne, it's hard to say this because he's only 19, but he will be 20 real soon, in a couple weeks here. I wouldn't be surprised if we saw Rada at some point this year. Not at all.
Certainly the best defensive outfielder in the system for the Angels. As Kyle Teal bats here, he is 0 for 2 today. Caro's at first with 1 out. Bouncing ball, Neto fields with a backhand, gets it to second, more a little late to get over with the infield pulled around. So Teal's able to reach first on a fielder's choice.
I was say, if they were able to turn that one, that would have been unreal.
Neto was kind of the coverage man at second base, got pulled out of there to go field the ball, and took more a while to get over. So Teal's at first with 2 outs, and now Brooks Baldwin will bat.
Chris Moore was out earlier today working with Ryan Goins. Ground balls through their usual drills they have, but he was doing ground balls up the middle on the backhand quite a bit today too. And then the same thing on that throw, they'll be able to turn to double play to get that quickly throw across the diamond, and showing some range. Well, Seattle's been swinging the bat against DeGrom today. Crawford, another home run. He's given up now 3 home runs today. Jacob DeGrom.
It should be worth noting that, DeGrom hasn't thrown this many innings in a season in 6 years. He's already surpassed his most recent number of innings pitched in a season since then. So it could just be fatiguing having not worked this much since 2019.
Yeah, I was watching that game against the Halos here a couple times. I mean, it's fun to watch him pitch. And he said he missed some pitches over the plate, and that's resulted in some home runs. But when he gets locked in, there's no one better.
Julio Rodriguez hitting his 20th homer today, cementing his 4th straight 2020 year. First player in Major League history to have 4 in a row to start his career.
Boy, he turns it on in that second half of the season, though.
Seems like every year.
Yep.
2-2. Baldwin rips one past first into right field. This will send Adele over toward the corner. He'll have to get it in to keep Teal from scoring. As Teal gets held up, Baldwin has a 2-out double.
He's hit the ball hard all 3 times. Remember, he hit that one to deep center field. Teodosio was able to get at the wall. And missed that spot with his changeup. Baldwin with a couple hits yesterday.
Here's Rojas, who had a base hit his last time. It's a 1-hop point to Kochanowicz, and that will end the inning.
SiriusXM's The Leadoff Spot is now on MLB Network. Join Steve Phillips and former MLB players Xavier Scruggs and Eduardo Perez for a recap of the night's action, preview of the day ahead, plus in-depth baseball interviews all season long on MLB Network.
There's certain players in every lineup that make the lineup go. Speed, power, he is a difference maker.
Ketel Marte, he's done it one more time.
The best second baseman in the game, that's Ketel Marte.
There goes Corbin, just incredible speed.
He wants to bury people. He just doesn't want to beat you. He wants to drive you into the ground.
They're tearing the cover off the ball.
We play to win. We've played that way all year. I guess this is just another example of that. We know what's in that locker room. We know the heart we have.
Every game night is a chance to go big with MLB Big Inning. Join Matt Yeloff on baseball's only nightly show that brings you the biggest plays of the night, live and commercial-free.
Strikes him out.
No one stacks more clutch plays into one live show with up to 4 games on a single screen.
He is on fire. It's a walk-off winner.
Change up game night with baseball's biggest game changer, MLB Big Inning, every night, all season long on MLB.tv. Presented by BetMGM.
We got a hands up in the air. My, oh my.
Well, that's a great baseball comment, and good guess, by the way.
Good luck trying to hit that, man. It's unhittable.
This is the show that never ends.
Take a look at our StatCast video powered by Google Cloud. The swing and misses today for Sean Burke, 16 of them, a career high 7 with his slider, 7 with that 4-seamer. Mentioned how good it is upstairs, and 2 with his curveball. So he's got quite a few chases with his breaking pitches, but his 4-seam fastball has really set up, in my opinion, those breaking balls between his curveball and slider. Zach Neto going to be leading off here in the 6th to try to turn this thing around with a good swing, get the offense going in the right direction here.
It's 2 hits for the Angels so far against Sean Burke. Kochanowicz is one of them. He's on deck. Swing and a miss on that slider.
Seems like all the hitters right now, and it's one of those stretches they're in, they're all open up in that front shoulder and hip flying open, not having that coverage on the outer half. Big thing is you just got to try to keep that front shoulder in and think middle of the field. It's easier said than done when you're dealing with some velocity and spin, but it's the best way to get you back on track so you can turn on that ball inside. But back up the middle has to be the approach.
1 ball, 2 strikes on Neto, who's popped out twice today.
You even see it on that take on that breaker ball where you can almost see the letters on the front of that jersey. That means he's opening up the front hip. This one swing can get you locked back in, especially a hitter like Zach Neto is such a good hitter. Just one good swing, maybe even get jammed and let that baseball flare into the outfield, can get him rocking and rolling again. That was a pitch to get you rocking and rolling. Oh no.
Top of the order here, third time through the order for Burke. Mentioned that he's had an opener pitch in front of him a few times recently, including his last appearance against the Cubs.
I mean, that batting average jumps way up the third time through. It goes from 205 to 373.
It's generally why teams use an opener to begin with. Sixth inning especially has been rough for Burke. His ERA is 10. And here's Neto with a fly ball to left center field. We'll see if this one carries. Roberts back for it at the wall, and it's gone. Into the California Spectacular. Zach Neto gets the Angels on the board.
And like we were talking about, he got a pitch that he could do the damage. He got the job done. It's a velocity of 106 off the bat. 34-degree launch angle means that baseball is going a long way. At 412, his 16th home run. Stayed in on that, kept that front shoulder in, and he crushed it.
First home run since the All-Star break for Neto, moves him into a tie with Eric Ibar for the third most by a shortstop in franchise history. Dick Schofield second, just one ahead of Neto. Neto has already pretty much cemented himself as top three shortstop in the history of the franchise.
Oh, definitely.
Nolan Shonowell bats here after the home run allowed by Burke, who's given up 17 now.
They're trying to set up a way on a breaker ball, and it just kind of stayed in there, and he did a nice job of keeping that hip in there. To see how he's locked down, keeps it in, and gets that barrel out. We showed a lot of his home runs, well at baseballs, how he generally catches it out in front of the plate. How he's able to do that, Wayne, keeping that front shoulder locked in and hip.
See if that swing can spark the offense. First extra base hit since Campero's fifth inning homer on Friday. Right on the edge to Shonowell, 2-2.
He did such a good job of getting his hands in through that baseball by allowing himself to have that outer part of the plate covered by keeping that hip locked in. It happens though on the pitching side and the hitting side. You're flying open, it's tough to be consistent both throwing the baseball and hitting the baseball.
Shonowell smacks one foul, and still 2 balls, 2 strikes. Kochanowicz allowed 4 runs in the first inning, just 1 since then. Been able to pitch 6 innings in a game for the first time since May 26th. At the very least, by limiting the damage since the first inning, he's giving his team a chance if they can just find some offense.
Good at bat. Now he just got the traffic going. They might get the bullpen moving around a little bit because of his struggles in the 6th inning.
And Burke just hits a wall third time around. Here comes Ethan Katz, the pitching coach. In the 6th inning especially, Burke has now allowed 11 runs in just 9 innings of work. Homer and a walk to start this inning. Trout will bat after we hear from Jack in the Box.
My bonus Jack combo with up to 3 patties, starting at $4.49.
Welcome to Jack in the Box.
Trout can put the ball in play here. A couple of strikeouts today. White Sox have Mike Vassell getting ready in their bullpen. Vassell has done a good job multiple inning role this year. And here's Trout with a chance to cut further into this White Sox lead. Trout homered here last Sunday. Strikeouts have been piling up here of late. 2 more today for Trout, who was playing for just the first time in this series. There was a chance we'd see his 400th homer on this homestand. Chances are starting to dwindle. Only 3 games left. He could still get hot here in a hurry. A line drive, base hit to left. That goes all the way to the wall. Kochanowicz will get to third base and be held. Mike Trout has a double. Here come the Angels in the 6th against Sean Burke.
A lot of magical comebacks here at the Big A in these afternoon games. Hopefully it's the start of it right now. Slider that spins, catches the zone, very similar to a slider got the zone against Neto. 2 extra base hits in this inning. Haven't seen that in a while against the White Sox.
Looks like Burke is going to get one more hitter here. Taylor Ward with the runners on 2nd and 3rd. Vassell has not been up for long. Burke was cruising through the first 5. Swing and a miss by Taylor Ward on a pitch that was up. Over 80 pitches now for Burke.
Certainly not a high pitch count, though, but it's amazing when you get to that 3rd time through and in the 6th inning how the struggles continue for him.
It's another high strike, and it's 0-2. Taylor Ward trying to keep the momentum going after 3 straight have reached. 1 has scored and 2 in scoring position.
Ideally, now with 2 strikes, even a ground ball that a second baseman gets Trout over to 3rd and the run in, you just got to make some contact here.
And a line drive to left. That's some contact for a base hit. Kochanowicz scores. Trout goes to 3rd base. Taylor Ward drives in a run, and now the Angels down 3. And let the tying run come to the plate.
I never thought that was going to be the case the way it was going, but now Joe Adell, with his power, can tie it up. He's going to face a new pitcher. Nice job there with 2 strikes. Getting another hit on a slider all of a sudden.
So it unravels for Burke here in the 6th. The White Sox will use their bullpen with a 3-run lead.
Did he do it? Oh my goodness, what a play!
An absolute beast unleashed.
You are unbelievable.
Racking them up, all I do is win. Start that hashtag like a boss, yeah, that's how I roll. Keep on nailing it, never miss it back, enjoy the show.
Relive the biggest plays from every game with Abby LeVar on Quick Pitch. Late nights and early mornings on MLB Network. The MLB Network podcast is here. Join your favorite on-air personalities for unique perspectives, in-depth interviews, and untold stories from on and off the field. The MLB Network podcast, presented by Chevrolet. Available wherever you get your podcasts.
Turn on baseball's biggest game changer, MLB Big Inning. Experience live baseball in a whole new way with up to 4 games on a single screen.
He is on fire.
MLB Big Inning, every game night on MLB.tv.
It's a great night for baseball.
This matchup features some of the best talent in the game. A lot of power, a lot of marquee names.
Here we go. Buckle up, folks. There's a guy who wants to be in the spotlight. The bats have come alive.
A showstopper.
We're just playing Powerball.
This place doesn't know what hit him.
These teams are entertaining, are they not? The show continues.
Experience game-to-game coverage of the night's biggest moments, live and commercial-free. MLB Network Strike Zone, Wednesday and Friday nights all season.
Baseball and FanDuel Sports Network brought to you by Jack in the Box. Get more burger for your buck with the new $4.49 bonus Jack combo. And by UCI Health, compassionate expert care for everyone in the region. Learn more at ucihealth.org.
All 3 hits, including the home run by Neto on this slider. Tracked it very good. A lot of those sliders getting the plate. Remember, we were showing it on a swing and misses. A lot of those sliders were off the corners or below the strike zone. All 3 of them in the strike zone. All 3 hit hard.
So Burke unable to survive the 6th inning. Couldn't get anybody out. Gives way to Vassell. He's often pitched in multiple innings for the White Sox this year, having a pitch count problem. Angels bullpen getting started as well now. Andrew Chafin has begun to throw. Vassell has 36 walks with only 51 strikeouts in his 69 innings this year. So look at his walk to strikeout ratio. You wonder how he's gotten by here. A 2.35 ERA. He hasn't given up that many hits.
Well, he has a number of different pitches. Fastball, 2 and 4-seamer. He'll throw a sweeper, changeup, curveball, and cutter.
Joe Adell is on the mound as Vassell spins one in there for a strike. 6 different pitch types for a guy who only throws 2 or 3 innings at a time.
Sometimes you get caught in between that, and that's what you're hoping for Joe Adell here at the plate. See if he can get a hold of one. One hanging out over the plate.
Ball's 1 strike here on Adell.
I'll take the wild pitch also.
Vassell was drafted by the Mets, was a starter in their system. Then he got picked up by the Phillies in the Rule 5 draft. Was sent to the Rays that day, and then the White Sox grabbed him off waivers toward the end of March. So he still has all of his Rule 5 rules, essentially. 1 ball, 1 strike, and now 2 balls and a strike. The ball does get away, so there's the wild pitch to score the run. Trout comes in, and it's 5-3.
You got yourself a ball game right now. 2 pitches in a row in the dirt. This one gets by Caro. Like that. It's a 2-run deficit. One of those plays, too, as a catcher, you feel you got to be able to keep that in front. I know it's going to go down as a wild pitch, but that's also you feel that Caro had a chance to be able to keep that in front of him.
A possible pass ball. As Adell takes a pitch that looked off the plate, called a strike. 2-2.
Now it's very important, again, just like what happened with Taylor Ward, very important for Adell to make some contact deep in the air or on the right side of the infield.
Ward's at second base, still no outs, 3 runs in, and there is a fly ball to right from Adell. Medium depth, kind of shallow as Tauchman makes the catch. That will not move the runner. So Adell flies out, 1 away, and that will bring up Rehab.
Big at bat here now for Rehab. It's a big run out there to be able to get that much closer. He was trying to tie it up, actually.
Swing and a miss on that one. 1 balls and a strike. Vassell worked 4 innings in his last appearance. 55 pitches in that one. Kind of all over the place in terms of his usage. Sometimes an inning, sometimes 3 or 4.
This is change up the lefty, especially 0-1 count.
Tosses in another curveball. No balls, 2 strikes on Rehab. Angels were down by 5. They've made it 5-3. The largest comeback this year was when they were down by 4 on June 7th against Seattle. Gotten a good chunk of it back here in the 6th inning. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Rehab. Almost hit him. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Vassell has hit his fair share of batters. He's hit 8 this year. He's one of the league leaders in that category, even though he's only thrown 69 innings for the season. Bouncer off the plate. Vassell trying to field his position, able to make the play along the first base line. So 2 outs and Ward now in third.
So he threw some pretty good curveballs to Rehab. Once he gets that soft ground ball out.
Darno is 0 for 2 with a strikeout, popped out as well against Sean Burke, who's allowed 3 runs in 5+ innings today. Darno swings through that curve. Vassell will throw that pitch about 11% of the time usually. He's thrown a bunch of them here in this first inning of his. Almost another wild pitch with a man on third. Caro had to crawl around to save that one.
And that was pretty impressive, that one. That was way out of the strike zone.
Bouncing ball hit sharply, but right at Baldwin. That will end the inning for Vassell. Angels get 3, cut into the lead, and Zach Neto sparked the offense with a home run to start the inning.
That starting rotation, it doesn't get better than that.
Dominating night from Logan Gilbert.
Trying to be out there and take the ball as much as I can.
Swing and a miss against Luis Castillo.
It's wipeout stuff.
He's a legit ace.
Talk about depth. The Mariners really have.
What a masterpiece from George Kirby.
Just trying to go out there and give my team the best chance to win.
Julio Rodriguez is an absolute superstar out there in center field.
Go fly zone Julio.
Once I go, I just want to have everything ready.
The guy's dangerous.
Julio.
Your day in baseball starts with MLB Central.
Let's get it started.
Lead off your morning with in-depth breakdowns.
Perfect balance.
Boom. Interviews with the players.
Get back to the fastball.
I know what that passion feels like.
And a little bit.
Keeping.
You behave properly.
Hey.
Of everything else.
Come on, Marlins.
The window seats are. The baseball day begins with MLB Central. Weekdays at 10 a.m. Eastern. Only on MLB Network.
If you're not watching this show, you're the problem.
Did he do it? Oh my goodness, what a play! An absolute beast unleashed. You are unbelievable.
Racking them up, all I do is win. Spot that hashtag like a boss. Yeah, that's how I roll. Keep on nailing it, never miss it. Back, enjoy the show.
Relive the biggest plays from every game with Abby LeVar on Quick Pitch. Late nights and early mornings on MLB Network.
Freeway Series will be back at the Big A. The Dodgers are here August 11th to the 13th. Visit angels.com/tickets to secure your seats and experience the rivalry. Visit angels.com/tickets today. Dodgers won today. They beat the Rays 3-0. Tampa now on its way to the Big A. The Rays will be here tomorrow. Andrew Chafin, the veteran left-hander, on the mound for the Halos.
Very important to put up that 0 after the Halos all the way back in this game now. It's down by 2.
See Yusei Kikuchi against Adrian Hauser, who had pitched well for the White Sox, traded to Tampa Bay at the deadline. Hauser will make his Rays debut tomorrow against Kikuchi, 6:30 tomorrow night.
Kikuchi 6-3 in his career versus the Rays. Some punch outs too. 76 and 65 in the 3rd innings pitched.
Tuesday, Jose Soriano against Ryan Pepio. And Wednesday afternoon, a day game, Tyler Anderson against Shane Baz before the trip to Detroit. Tauchman is 0 for 3 today, a couple of ground outs and a strikeout. Chafin much better against lefties than righties.
The way he throws it, we showed it before, throws across his body. It's tough to stay in on that as a left-handed batter most times.
Pretty stark difference in the lefty righty splits for Chafin. Certainly has the look of a throwback. 35-year-old left-hander. See if Taylor Ward can catch up to this as it slices foul. Chafin worked a scoreless inning the other night in his Angels debut. Been traded at the deadline 5 of the last 6 years. Life of a left-handed middle reliever.
So he keeps that suitcase available all the time.
He should have it down by now. He was traded by the Diamondbacks to the Cubs in 2020, the Cubs to the A's in 21, the Diamondbacks to the Brewers in 23, the Tigers to the Rangers in 24, and the Nationals to the Angels in 25. All in the middle of the season. Two strikes. Our Spectrum 7th-inning stretch is on its way after the next 3 outs. Cubs actually got Daniel Palencia back from Oakland in that trade 4 years ago. Palencia has become their closer. And blew a save today. The Cubs won thanks to a homer by Justin Turner as Tauchman draws a walk.
Worked ahead and then eventually couldn't get Tauchman to expand and chase. Sosa's always aggressive first pitch. It's going to have to be a good one for Chafin here.
The lefty, so that brings up the right-handed Sosa, as 2 runs scored today. White Sox scored 4 in the first. They've sat on the lead since then. Angels finally striking back in the 6th inning, scoring 3 times. Jack Kochanowicz worked 6 innings today, his longest start since May 26th. He still has not had a quality start in a while. Go back to May 16th at Dodger Stadium for the last one of those. Bounce toward the middle. Neto is having it. Throws it to second for 1. Over to first. Shotwell holds the bag for a double play.
Another double play turn. The Halos have been double play turning machines in this series and all season long.
3 today, 3 yesterday. 1 Friday, 7 in the series.
Time to try to pull that pitch. It's being a double play ball.
Two outs, and now Benintendi 0 for 2 with a couple of fly outs and a walk. Couldn't hold his swing. Chafin certainly with that Rod Beck look, eastbound and down look.
Yes. And the sense of humor to go along with that.
Open a pack of baseball cards from the 1970s or early 80s, and you'll see a lot of guys who were pitching out of bullpens looking like this. Doug Jones.
Yes. He had the incredible changeup. .300 saves in his career for Doug Jones.
Chafin is 35 years old. They call him Big Country. I wonder why. Any guesses?
Let's check it.
There's a foul that won't play. Got a piece of Darno.
Catchy position. Such a difficult spot.
No balls, 2 strikes here on Benintendi. Swing and a miss, strike 3. So rootin' tootin' good time for Andrew Chafin in the top of the 7th. As it stays 5-3, and we'll have our Spectrum 7th inning stretch in a moment.
It's
It's a great night for baseball.
This matchup features some of the best talent in the game. A lot of power, a lot of marquee names.
Here we go. Buckle up, folks.
There's a guy who wants to be in the spotlight.
The bats have come alive.
A showstopper.
We're just playing Powerball.
This place doesn't know what hit him.
These teams are entertaining, are they not?
The show continues. Experience game-to-game coverage of the night's biggest moments, live and commercial-free. MLB Network Strike Zone, Wednesday and Friday nights all season.
I think this is the
stretch today with a historic game in Bristol, Tennessee, the Speedway Classic between the Reds and the Braves. Eli White showed out 2 home runs in the game into those seats where they usually watch a whole lot of left turns at the Bristol Motor Speedway. That ball turned left from Eli White.
Yeah, it did turn left and way out, too.
He would hit 2 home runs in that game against the Reds. Atlanta got the checkered flag today in a 4-2 win against the Reds.
And every time you think Cincinnati's right in there, they have one of those tough games like they did today. Look at that left turn.
Home run caught.
I like that.
Eli White.
I could say I like that now since I'm not giving up that home run.
No, that was the pace car for Eli White today.
Yes. We know he could run, too. Now he can hit the home runs.
91,000 bought tickets for that one between the Braves and the Reds at the Speedway Classic. The Angels are hoping to launch in their own way here. Finally, some runs in the bottom of the 6th inning, scoring 3 times to cut into this White Sox lead.
Yeah, when it really started with that good at bat by Zach Neto. Early in that bat, he was opening up that front shoulder. The front hip was open up. He stayed in there, hit that home run, and then Trout with a double, 3 runs scored for the Halos are right back in there. A bloop and a blast from tying this game against the White Sox. It's going to be important here. Put some traffic on right away. Speaking of cars and traffic, got to get some traffic here for the Halos here in this inning.
What is that, Lightning McQueen in the Cars movie? That's what the Angels need to rev their engines here in the bottom of the 7th.
Got to find a way to win this game. I mean, when you think about down 5-0, it didn't look good, but all of a sudden a couple good swings, you got a shot. That's all you can ask for. Hopefully that's the case here for the Halos.
It's a 2-run game. Mike Vasil on the mound here in the bottom of the 7th. Christian Moore will lead things off for the Angels.
It's Christian Moore time.
This is it. 7th inning and later gets it rolling. The Angels certainly in dire need of putting together the kind of surge we've seen around the league. The Marlins have done it. The Rangers have done it over the last month. The Angels need to do it.
It really all starts here, Wayne, in this inning, really. If it can go somehow tie this game or take the lead and get some momentum going for when the Rays come into town.
The Rays will be here starting tomorrow night. This has been our Spectrum 7th inning stretch here at the Big A today. It'll be Moore and then Teodosio and then Neto. 2 up in the bottom of the 7th. The Angels are a little lighter on their bench in terms of defensive options. Teodosio due up 2nd in this inning. We have Logan O'Hoppe available as far as a bat is concerned. Moncada as well. Christian Moore today with those big numbers late in the game. We'll see if that can handle himself here.
Yeah, he's been real good. 3 home runs during this stretch, including a triple, also an OPS of almost 1,500. Close in late situations. Well, you got that right now to try to get this thing going here in the 7th inning.
Imagine on a day like today where the Angels are down by a couple of runs late, if they wanted to take Teodosio's bat out, Luis Rengifo would have to play the outfield.
And Ray Montgomery talked about that earlier today, that you're going to see Luis Rengifo playing some outfield.
Teodosio due up next. If Christian Moore gets on here, and looks like he's about to.
He's unreal. He is unreal. Late close. Got robbed of a hit. Last at bat by Robert Jr. out in left center field on the diving play.
Now Teodosio will be lifted for a pinch hitter. It's the former White Sox 3rd baseman, Yoan Moncada.
Just that good approach he has. Back up the middle, his power. A lot of it to right field for Christian Moore.
This is that exact spot now where, with Teodosio out of the game, Adele is going to have to go to center field, and Rengifo is going to have to go to right field. So from a defensive standpoint, the Angels are going to sacrifice some of that to get some runs late here.
Got to find a way to win no matter what the scenario is.
Scenario right now, they're down by 2, and they've got the tying run at the plate. Ball 1 from Vasil to Moncada. Vasil has allowed just 5 homers this year. Gave up 24 at AAA last year. His ERA was over 6, pitching at AAA for the Mets last season. behind Moncada. 2-0 with Zach Neto on deck.
Moncada does have that good eye too. He works counts very well. Now you can expect a pretty powerful swing here from him if it's anything near the strike zone.
Bounces this one toward the middle and through a base hit. Moore will go to third base. The Angels threatening in the 7th after scoring 3 in the 6th. They have men on the corners with nobody out. The top of the order due up.
There's your answer about what he's going to see in the outfield. Camparo's going to play in the outfield.
So the Angels will put Camparo in right. Also help from a running standpoint.
Nice job there too for Christian Moore to be able to go easily first to third on that one too. Neto, it's going to be important. Remember that last swing he had, he stayed in on that slider. Try to do too much is use those hands very effectively.
16th homer of the year for Neto in his last at bat. Go ahead run at the plate now. Strike right in there from Vassell. Back-to-back hits to start the inning. Christian Moore bounced the ball through. So did Moncada. Zach Neto sparked the offense against Sean Burke last inning.
Yeah, slider. Stayed on that one well with some serious lift to it. His hands were super quick on that one. That's what throws a slider himself a lot. 0-1 count to a right-handed batter.
Slider that time. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Just 2 good swings so far in this inning for the Halos with Moore and Moncada. Just going with the pitch right back up the middle.
Yanked foul. Neto was way out in front of that 96-mile-an-hour fastball. Kia player profile, only Jim Fregosi and Dick Schofield a bit more homers at shortstop than Neto. Schofield just 1 ahead of Neto on that list. Neto called time. Count 1 ball, 2 strikes. Vassell
basically saying you have to make eye contact with Neto at the plate.
Center field, that gets down, it bounces in, it goes to the wall, Moore scores, here comes Camparo, the tying run on his way, game tied, Zach Neto a 2-run double.
He truly is Magneto tonight. Got the Halos on the board with a home run and now ties it up with a 2-run double. Giving him 44 RBIs on the season. Curveball hanging. You hang it, he'll bang it. Got herself a ball game here now, Wayne.
Camparo in as a pinch runner, dashing home all the way from first. So the Angels with 5 runs in the last 2 innings, coming back from a 5-0 deficit, trying to pull off their biggest comeback of the year here today. Neto with a season-high 3 RBIs in this game. Now he's the go-ahead run at second base. Still nobody out. It's Nolan Shotwell coming up. White Sox bullpen springs to life.
Neto loves to try to steal third, but I think this is one of those times you don't do that. You got Shotwell at the plate, Trout on deck. Left-handed batter.
No way Neto would try to take off here, I don't think. Now, Nolan Kochanowicz has been the team's best hitter with men in scoring position. Second base is Neto, the go-ahead run. And Kochanowicz will move him to third with that bouncing ball. Sosa looked over there to see if there was a play, but
it is an out.
Sure out.
Good situational hitting gives Trout a chance to get the go-ahead run in. Kind of expanded his strike zone a bit on that one, but still got the job done. He'll get some high fives going in there like he did. But he's been so good getting those hits with runners in scoring position too. You know, especially early. Want to see if he can do it, but he did his job. Infield in, Trout being walked.
So Trout will take his base, and Taylor Ward, the team's leader in RBIs, will have a chance to get his 80th. 79 runs batted in for Ward. Not only does it give the team's RBI leader a chance to knock in the go-ahead run, it puts another man in the base paths here for the Angels with Trout at first. They'd like the lead and all, but they can add beyond that. They'd love to. It's 5-5. Ward taking the ball one from Vassell. Mentioned Vassell does not get a lot of strikeouts, so the Angels can put one in play here. The White Sox are hoping that it's a double play ball. They have their infield about halfway in. It's 2-0 on Ward.
I think Kara moved his glove a little bit too much. That was a borderline pitch. Good pitch to drive deep in the air. We're right now 54% time will get a fastball.
It was a fastball right on the outside corner, so it's 2-1. Angels trying to come all the way back after being down 5-0. They've tied it up, looking for the lead now. Two balls, 2 strikes on Ward. Angels have not had a lead in this series. Stays alive.
Back to another sinker there. Four-seam fastball has been effective for the staff here for the White Sox. More of a sinker guy than his four-seamer.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Swing and a miss. Ward goes out of the zone and strikes out. That's the first strikeout for Vassell. Ball was never a strike. Two outs now. Joe Adell will have a chance to give the Angels the lead. Neto at third. He tied it up with a 2-run double. Came with nobody out. He was moved over to third base by Kochanowicz on the ground out. Then Trout intentionally walked. Ward has struck out. Dell hits one high, but foul out of play to the right.
Right down the heart of the plate. He just missed that one. Still having a tough time with those fastballs inside.
Well, 0 for 3 today. His numbers in day games not been very good this year. Hitting just around $150 during the day this season. Maybe he's due then. Runner going. Trout. Carroll fakes the throw to second. There to say Adell went around on the check swing. So back-to-back strikeouts in the inning, but the Angels do tie it up down 5-0. They've roared back to make it 5-5. And Zach Neto a big part of the reason why.
As a parent, your plate is usually full long before dinner time rolls around. That's why Home Chef's family menu is making it easier than ever to sit down and eat together. Delicious 4-serving meals packed with family-friendly flavors are just a delivery away. Our fresh, pre-portioned ingredients and simple recipe steps save you time and money while making it easy to sit down for a family meal everyone will love. Home Chef's family menu, solving family dinner, one meal at a time. Get 18 free meals at homechef.com.
Front row at the concert, and I'm courtside thanks to Game Time.
Game Time has concert tickets?
Yeah, look. It's the best way to guarantee you're getting the lowest price to your favorite artist, even last minute. What time is it? It's Game Time!
Should've used TickPick.
Wait, what'd you say?
TickPick. Look.
Oh, whoa, dude.
What? There are no hidden fees. What'd you guys think I said?
Oh, TickPick. I thought you said...
The Ducks take flight at the Big A. It'll be Ducks night. Oh my, the first 25,000 fans Friday, September 5th, will receive an Angels-Ducks cooler bag, courtesy of angels.ocnavigator.org. Visit angels.com/promotions for more info. The Duck is back.
Yes.
Incredible.
Amazing how he was able to fly in again.
We thought Campero would take over right field because that's where he's played a lot this season, but Joe Adell is still in right field, so Campero is in center field. That's how the Angels will line it up here in the 8th inning with Reed Detmers on the mound, facing the middle of the White Sox order. Roberts swings and misses. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Good slider again for Reed Detmers.
Robert, 2 hits, a run scored, and an RBI today.
This guy you want to keep off the bases also.
He's had 15 runs scored in his last 12 games. 7 stolen bases in that time, almost 30 for the year. So there's a fly ball to right center. It's Adell who is ranging over for it. And that's the first out here in the 8th. A big out for Detmers. Go downstairs. Here's Erica.
Yeah, so much of this game as far as the pitching aspect is mental. I spotted this book in Jack Kochanowicz's locker after his last start, the mental ABCs of pitching. Now, Barry Enright gives this book to all of his pitchers. At least he's given it to them throughout the season. And Jack found it useful. He gave it to him about a month ago. But Reed has actually found it super helpful. He goes and revisits the things that he's going through. But Barry will highlight specific parts of the book. The one for Reed was about belief. The one for Jack was about adversity. So Reed says it's been helpful to go back and look at if you're struggling or if you need to think through some things that you might not be thinking of at the time. So he's doing whatever he can to help these pitchers on the field, but also with the mental part of the game. Gooby, I'm sure that's a big part of it.
Oh, it definitely is. There's so many ups and downs. You think you make a good pitch and hitter somehow fights it off, or you make a bad pitch and there's some damage done. So much is put on your shoulders as a pitcher, whether you're out of the bullpen or even as a starting pitcher. The game is on the line at the back of the bubblegum card. When you have a good game, you get that W. When you don't, you get that L. So a lot of things come in that mental part when you're pitching.
1 ball, 2 strikes on Colson Montgomery. Had a good start to this game at a 3-run homer in the first, 4 RBIs in this one. You're seeing Detmers, who has made a transition to the bullpen this year and has largely been successful for Detmers. He's retired Robert to start this 8th inning, and now he's ahead of Montgomery 1-2, trying to keep it tied after the Angels have fought back from a 5-0 deficit. A swing and a miss, strike 3.
That's that wicked slider. Where it starts and where it ends up. Good break to it also.
Montgomery, who has shown impressive power in this series, also struck out 6 times in these 3 games. Back-to-back strikeouts for Montgomery in the last 2 at-bats. Now Caro looks at a strike. Caro has hit very well against left-handed pitching this year. Switch hitter when he's batting right-handed. His average over 350.
The season, 65 strikeouts and 50 2/3 of innings pitched for Reed Detmers out of the bullpen.
Quite good. He's been strong in this 8th inning role. Kenley Jansen's locked up for the 9th inning. We have not seen Jansen on the mound since Tuesday. His ground ball off the bat of Caro. So Reed Detmers in a tie game. Works a 1-2-3 top of the 8th.
Wearing regular shoes feels this cramped. Or glide step wide fit hands-free Skechers slip-ins feel like this. With Skechers slip-ins, just step in, no bending down, no touching my shoes. Try wide fit Skechers slip-ins.
I'll give you this brand new electric vehicle if you can prove to me you know your finances. How many subscriptions are you paying for?
Just 3.
You sure? Let's download the Rocket Money app right now and see if you're right. It's actually 21 subscriptions, which is costing you around $370 a month.
The app is telling you all this?
Rocket Money shows you all your expenses in one place and even helps you suggest a budget based on your past spending. Don't worry about the 21 subscriptions. You can cancel them right within the app. It'll even try and get you some of your money back.
We missed you. Come on inside.
One of the more rare feats in the history of baseball.
He's going to be a perennial all-star MVP frontrunner.
It's a unique athlete, a unique talent.
Angels and Rays will start a 3-game series tomorrow. Yusei Kikuchi will be on the mound tomorrow night. Adrian Hauser will make his Rays debut tomorrow. Jose Soriano and Brian Pepio on Tuesday night, then a day game Wednesday. Tyler Anderson against Shane Baz.
As usual for the Rays, they always somehow, some way have some pretty good pitching going against you. 3 pretty good pitchers going against the Halos in that series.
Hauser did very well for the White Sox this year. Grabbed him after the season had already started. He was the one guy they traded at the deadline to get a few minor league players back, including Curtis Mead, who they added to the major league roster today. Mead was put on when Miguel Vargas went on the IL with his oblique injury.
This has been pretty good for him so far. Fastball pretty firm, 93, 97, slider, changeup.
He started last year for the White Sox, but he's been good this year. His first pitch, a breaking ball, lands to Rengifo. Wilson has 36 strikeouts and 37 innings. Worked 2 innings Friday to secure a save. Got the last 6 outs to lock down the win Friday night for Chicago. Line through, base hit. So the Angels have been swinging well here in the last 3 innings, and they have their leadoff man on here in the 8th.
And a lot of those base hits right back up the middle. Left center for Neto. Travis d'Arnaud, we said it before, but he doesn't run a whole lot, has it? But he's pretty good as far as, I think, a hit and run may be a better spot to put on than a bunt here.
The Angels get a bit creative with d'Arnaud at the plate. White Sox have allowed a lot of steals this year. 3rd most in the American League. Goes after the first pitch, and it's a fly ball, so it should be easy for someone out there. Well, Tuchman looked at Robert for a moment, but was able to pick the ball up and make the catch. 1 out. Experience the excitement of Angels baseball. Your group of 20 or more can get tickets starting at $11 per seat Call 714-4-ANGELS or visit angels.com/groups for more details. Here is Christian Moore. Started the 7th inning rally with a base hit. We've talked a lot about his late and close numbers. Well, here he is again, late, close. Can't get any closer to tie game.
Wilson has allowed 9 stolen bases in 10 attempts in his career.
Seems pretty slow to the plate.
Yeah.
You know, Caro has a good arm. You can run on him. Here is Moore with the go-ahead run at first.
So at 19% of base stealers.
Christian Moore's walk-off against the Red Sox back on June 24th.
That good power he has the other way. Even in his rehab assignment, homered to right field again.
He's off from a different Wilson, Justin Wilson. Steven Wilson here as Caro. We know he likes to pick runners off the bases. 4 times he's done that this year. Got Neto the other night. One ball, 1 strike on Moore.
Going here.
It's a line toward the gap, right center field. Tauchman moves over and makes the catch. Ball just stayed in the air too long. Moore hit it kind of toward the end of the bat. Now 2 outs as Tauchman makes the play. There's Kenley Jansen. We'll see him in the 9th inning either way. It's tied or whether the Angels have the lead. It's Campero batting for the first time today.
We just love to see him get on base the way Neto has swung the bat the last 2 at bats, a home run and a 2-run double.
Top of the order is next. Rengifo would not try to run here and risk getting thrown out, which would start the 9th inning then with Campero. Top of the 9th, White Sox left bottom of their order. Teal, Baldwin, and Rojas. Seattle still leads Texas 5-4. They're in the top of the 9th. Mariners trying to win 3 out of 4 in that series. Them a 2-game lead. They already have the tiebreaker over Texas this year, so it's already been established. They'd have a 2-game advantage. Really would be 3 games considering the tiebreaker. 1 ball, 1 strike on Campero here.
What, Rengifo would have a shot at scoring all the way from first base if Campero could post up and down the right field line.
Tauchman is deep, but he's more toward the gap. Three balls and a strike. Neto's on deck.
Got to be patient if you're Campero right here now. In the zone. Be ready to attack the baseball, but be patient enough.
Campero put a charge into one the other night, hit a 2-run homer. It's a fly ball to right center. He's out in front a little bit. Robert is there, and that ends the inning.
The MLB app. Yeah, it's got game. This game. These games. All the games. Pre-game, post-game, and everything in between. This is baseball your way. With real-time stats, scores, breaking news, and custom content that hits every time. Because you choose the teams and pick the players you want to follow. So when they catch it on the field, you catch it on the app.
Never clean your gutters again with LeafGuard. LeafGuard's seamless design keeps leaves, pests, and sediment out while directing water away from your home, preventing wood rot and foundation decay, giving you peace of mind that your home and family are protected from water damage with the industry's premier maintenance-free gutter system. Call 844-6LeafGuard right now for 75% off installation plus $200 off your purchase. LeafGuard, get it today. Protected for life.
It's 5-5 in the ninth inning. White Sox score early. Angels scoring toward the later end. 5-0 lead disappeared for the White Sox, and now the Angels will hope to celebrate at the plate in this one. Angels Live postgame presented by OC Navigator coming up would be the largest Angels comeback this year. It would be their largest at home in 8 years. April 2017 they trailed in a 5-0 game against the Rangers, came back and won in 10 innings. Carlos Perez had a walk-off bunt base hit to cap it for the Halos that day. Here's Kenley Jansen trying to keep it tied.
Kenley's been so good this season for the Halos.
He's pitched in a lot of tie games, and the Angels play a lot of close ones.
So this is the 11th game against the White Sox. Does have 7 saves. It's obviously not a save situation, but a very good ERA, 0.77.
Angels have typically won a lot of these one-run games this year. They have 21 run wins. The White Sox have lost 16 of their last 17 one-run games on the road. Kyle Teal leads off here in the top of the ninth as an 0 for 3 today. Jansen pumps him a strike in the bottom of the zone. This is a ground ball right at Christian Moore, playing second base today as Jansen gets the first out.
So far so good defensively for Christian Moore at second base today.
One out, and the batter is Baldwin, who has a couple of hits.
He's hit the ball hard all 3 at bats too.
2 hits last night as well. So Baldwin, who's been kind of back and forth between AAA and the major leagues over the last couple of years, trying to get himself established at this level. And he has his 3rd hit today.
A lot of aggressive swings.
Perro with a quick bobble in center field, but gets it in. So Baldwin is on a 1-out single.
You know he's going to be thinking about stealing the bag here now.
Almost automatic against Jansen.
Well, he's really done a nice job of staying down on the baseball. Be surprised if he's going first pitch or second pitch, you would think.
Doesn't have much of a lead here. Josh Rojas takes strike 1.
Got that call.
Surprised Baldwin wasn't more aggressive there. Now the first base coach goes in for a quick conversation. Pretty short lead. Jansen throws over anyway.
He's got 3 stolen bases. Hasn't been caught this season yet. It's a slightly bigger lead, but not a big lead.
Started and stopped as Jansen pumps in strike 2.
See, a lot of times you see Rojas looking down. Sometimes when you think you're going to take a pitch because you thought he was going. I think that was the case there for Rojas because he looked right down at Baldwin.
Rojas with a big cut, but fouled it back. No balls, 2 strikes. Tigers play the Phillies later in the Sunday night game. They'll start soon in Philadelphia. Mets lost today, so the Phillies can get back in first in the National League East if they win. No balls, 2 strikes on Rojas.
I'm going to strike him out, throw him out.
Baldwin doesn't take off, and Rojas with a ground ball as Neto grabs it. His only play will be to first. Again, the infield just kind of whirled into a position where it was tough to turn a double play with Neto covering second base and then having to go field the ground ball. So 2 outs, and Baldwin goes to second on the play. Moore was just late getting over, and Neto smartly decided to just make sure he got an out at first.
Now the conversation is obviously with the man at second base. Darno wants to know, you want to go to lefty or righty?
Kenley Jansen getting many of his outs with his cutter. 4th most in all of baseball for a guy who pitches 1 inning at a time. Not that often.
Lefties about 237 batting average versus Jansen. Righties is 174.
Swing and a miss by Tauchman. Only the 41st inning Jansen has pitched in this year, so it's more than 2 outs per inning on that cutter. Couple of ground outs in this inning. Baldwin with a base hit. He's at second. 1 ball, 1 strike on Tauchman. Sosa's on deck. Too many veterans on this White Sox team, but Tauchman is one of them. He's 1 hit and 4 at bats lifetime against Jansen.
Back to even when you look at some of those times where Christian Moore is so far away, you think of those force outs. The second, he's playing so far in the hole there. Look how the distance he would have to cover to be able to be there at second base.
Basically hoping that the balls hit to anyone but Neto in those spots. 2-2 on Tauchman. High fastball missed. 3-2. Jansen trying to keep it tied. Angels top of the order due up in the bottom of the 9th. Neto, Kochanowicz, and Trout. And it's ball 4. Another high cutter. So a walk with 2 outs. Up Lenine Sosa, who has singled and walked today. Has scored a couple of runs. Now Barry Enright wants to have a word with Kenley Jansen.
This gets interesting too, because Sosa, we've seen in the series, he's really good on pitches the upper part of the strike zone. And Kenley Jansen's really effective with that cutter upstairs. So you go power versus power here.
Sosa's had a nice year. Bounced into a double play his last time. Doesn't walk a lot, so his on-base percentage stays low, but his batting average pretty high. He will be the man at the plate here, hitting over 300, dating all the way back to May 8th. So it will be Sosa with a chance to give the White Sox the lead against Kenley Jansen in this tie game. Well, we'll take a quick Sunday drive with Kia.
The Kia K4 and K5.
Angels were down 5-0 in this game. Could be their largest comeback this season. Look to avoid a sweep. Also make this a split season series against the White Sox. This would tie the largest comeback the Angels have ever had against the White Sox. Done it a few times over the years, battling back from 5 runs down. Here is Sosa with 2 on and 2 out. Strike 1 from Jansen. Quickly 0-2.
Now see if you get him to chase something out of the strike zone. You mentioned doesn't walk a whole lot. So you try to expand. You got to be ready, I think, on that right side of the infield here. If he tries to get that cutter or slider off the outside part of the plate.
Well, balls 2 strikes. Jansen trying to keep this game even in the top of the 9th. And couldn't quite get the corner there. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Sosa.
Oh, good spot though. Especially when you hear those oohs and ahs in the crowd, you're more apt to go after that next pitch if it's off the plate, if you're a hitter.
So roughly all cutters in this inning outside of 2. We don't see that slider a lot to try to get a strikeout, but be the right guy to bust it out with. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Lenyn Sosa. It's 5-0 White Sox all the way back in the 3rd. Now it's 5-5 in the 9th inning. 2 on with 2 out. Fly ball off the end of the bat, shallow left center. Ward is in. Neto's calling, and Neto makes the catch on the Ward as he slid behind Neto. Took out his legs, but Neto held onto the ball. And Jansen keeps it tied in the 9th.
Zach Neto is killing league today, swinging the bat, catching the pop-up too.
They'll have a chance to win it in the bottom of the 9th.
Talent-wise, with the Correas and the Royce Lewises and the Buxtons firing at the height of their power, they're probably the most talented team.
Royce Lewis puts his team on top.
Postseason monster, we all know that.
Grand slam, Carlos Correa.
With Byron Buxton, it's the tools, the speed, the power.
He knows one speed, and that's to go get it.
I think that we're a great team. I think we know we're a great team.
The Twins have the most talent in that division.
Did he do it? Oh my goodness, what a play! An absolute beast unleashed. You are unbelievable.
Racking them up, all I do is win. Spot that hashtag like a boss. Yeah, that's how I roll. Keep on nailing and never miss it back. Enjoy the show.
Relive the biggest plays from every game with Abby LeVar on Quick Pitch. Late nights and early mornings on MLB Network. Off Base is in a brand new format. Join Lauren Gardner and Xavier Scruggs as they explore all the baseball buzz across social media, pop culture, and around the majors. The Off Base Podcast, all season long, only on MLB Network.
Angels need to win to be 5.5 back in the wild card race. Still pretty far out of it, but just one big surge would get them back in it. Angels just need to find a way to win some games.
Yeah, a win here today, that would give you some serious momentum going into the Rays series after being behind 5-0 in this game. Zach Neto's been the reason why the Halos are even up. And going back to Hyundai Key for the game today. Wind beneath my wings. Zach Neto used that wind and got it out. Can he do it again?
He has certainly been the wind beneath the Angels' wings today. 2-run homer, rather a solo homer in the 6th, and a 2-run double, which was the game-tying hit in the bottom of the 7th. A 3 RBI day. White Sox have rearranged their defense. Chase Mydroth appears for the first time in this series at second base. Josh Rojas moves over to third. Brooks Baldwin has not played a lot of third base, so Will Venable wants the better defender at third base here, Rojas, and puts Mydroth in at second. Although Baldwin's played plenty at second base, but got him out of the game altogether. 1 ball, 1 strike on Neto. Fly ball to right. Hockman fights the sun. And he has it, 1 out.
Lefty now out of the bullpen.
Comes with Kochanowicz do it, but then all the right-handed power hitters behind him. We'll see how that turns out for Will Venable.
This guy is the entire package.
Struck him out. My goodness.
He has a weapon for every hitter.
Good luck. 99.
And what I like most about him, he pitches with an attitude.
They're still on their feet for Postgame.
Everyone wants to watch this guy.
Must-see TV for me.
6'7", top 5 exit velo, #1 arm in the sport. There's a cruise missile. More fireworks.
He can go out there to center field, relax, and I think this is a 30-30 guy this season.
We missed you. Come on inside.
One of the more rare feats in the history of baseball.
He's going to be a perennial all-star MVP frontrunner.
It's a unique athlete, a unique talent.
Hey, Chicago, what do you say? Cubs are going to win today.
This is their chance to have another run. This is their time.
This is the Cubs division to lose this year.
They need to be singing the song quite a bit this year.
That's hammered. Kyle Tucker, welcome to the Cubs. Dansby swats it.
He's one of the most talented ball players.
Pete Crow Armstrong, what a stud.
Shota Imanaga, it's about falling in love with him.
Seiya Suzuki with a grand slam.
And this is when you put the pedal to the metal.
I think we got a really good team.
Up this season, MLBshop.com. Check out the largest selection of authentic jerseys, caps, hoodies, t-shirts, and more. Visit MLBshop.com, the official source for your Angels gear. The pitcher is Tyler Alexander. He will face Kochanowicz, then Trout. Trout has good numbers against Alexander. He's been around a little bit. Another multiple inning type of reliever out of Will Venable's bullpen. Be surprised if this is just Alexander for the rest of the day here. And Kochanowicz bats with 1 out, nobody on. Lead off on the first pitch. Alexander started this year with the Brewers, got released, picked up by the White Sox in June.
Kochanowicz on base already twice today. The base hit and walk.
Hit hard but foul. 1 ball, 1 strike. Alexander had an ERA over 6 with Milwaukee this year, but his ERA has been a lot better with the White Sox, 2.45. Tiger. 2 balls and a strike on Kochanowicz. Angels have their bullpen up. As there's a 10th inning, 5-5 here in the bottom of the 9th. Kochanowicz out in front, 2-2.
Robert Burke got to chase that front on that sweeper.
Red Sox would have Benintendi, Robert, and Montgomery with the ghost runner Sosa. This game goes to extras.
Imagine you might see another breaking ball here. It's where he does his best as far as punching that ball to left field for a hit.
Those are the games that have tended to separate the Angels and the White Sox this year. Kochanowicz lines one to right. He has a base hit. Tauchman goes to get it. Kochanowicz thinking about 2. On his way. Here comes the throw. He has a double.
Boy, he's so good. Missed the contact. Another double. His 21st double. As Trout's not getting a chance to swing the bat here now, but another good swing by Kochanowicz. 2 more hits in the game, and Trout's going to be walked.
First time in 3 years Trout has been intentionally walked twice in the same game. The Angels, who are down 5-0, now potentially a base hit away from a big comeback win on this Sunday afternoon.
I love that effort too by Kochanowicz. He was going to force Tauchman. He saw that throwing arm. He doesn't have a great throwing arm. It's a pretty accurate throwing arm, but he took that chance and got into scoring position. Now give Taylor Ward, the RBI leader for the Halos, a chance to walk it off here.
White Sox have had 8 walk-off losses this year. The Angels looking for their 8th walk-off win. First and second with Taylor Ward at the plate. And a foul on the first pitch. Ward has seen Alexander in the past as well. Does have a couple of RBIs against him. 13 since the break. Montgomery's first in the American League, driving in 4 today. Kochanowicz the winning run at second base. Two balls and a strike down Ward.
Trying to stay upstairs with his cutter.
Kochanowicz doubled with 1 out. Trout intentionally walked. Now Taylor Ward's 80th RBI would be a game winner for the Angels in the 9th inning. He's out in front of that, and it's 2-2.
To his sweeper, he throws that quite a bit on that count there. Same thing. On a 2-2 count. Maybe 30% of the time he'll come back to that sweeper.
Joe Adell on deck. Both of these guys struck out with Neto at 3rd in the 7th. Could have given the Angels the lead then. Now it's ball 3. Three balls, 2 strikes on Taylor Ward. Winning run at second base. And there's a drive to left. Hit way back. It's Benintendi near the wall. It is gone. Say goodnight to the White Sox. Taylor Ward drives out a 3-run rocket, and the comeback is complete.
What about your career high 26th bomb? A walk-off bomb. Taylor Ward, Wardy boy, goes yard.
His 3rd career walk-off home run. And the Angels come all the way back today to get a big win against the White Sox, 8-5.
Boy, how huge was that? Down 5-0. Taylor Ward walks it off Zach Neto with some big swings. Now that's the kind of win that could get you going as far as getting a winning streak going.
This Angels team trying to surge ahead. Well, there's one big surge today. 8 runs in the last 4 innings.
That was fun. That was a great comeback.
Biggest one of the year for the Halos. Down 5-0 in this one. They roar back to win it 8-5, and it's Taylor Ward with his 3rd career walk-off home run, his first since June of 2022. He gets the splash from Logan O'Hoppe to put the Angels on his back today. Our Toyota player of the game, Taylor Ward, standing by with Erica Weston.
Taylor, your guys' biggest comeback win of the season. Describe that moment, connecting with that ball to walk it off and send you guys home as a win.
I mean, connecting with it, I knew it. You know, just hold bat, waiting for a good pitch, and didn't miss it.
How did you slow it down?
I mean, you know, just trying to breathe, and yeah, I mean, see lefties well, so thankfully threw one in there.
Zach Neto kind of got things rolling for you guys. He had the homer to get the offense started. He had a little bit of everything in this ball game. What kind of impact did he have for you guys to be able to spark this comeback win?
Oh, huge. I mean, defensively, offensively, I mean, he's the man. I mean, it's always fun playing behind him and watching him swing it. So he had a great day, and just glad to get the win.
After a couple tough games the last couple of nights, what does it mean to you guys to be able to come back in this fashion after that early deficit?
Huge, yeah. I mean, getting down early like that, and you know, the fight with the boys. I mean, it's just stuff we've been doing all year. So yeah, I mean it's awesome.
Don't worry, there's no more Gatorade coming your way. Last one, what kind of momentum can this give you guys moving forward for the last 3 games of this series and then heading out on the road?
I mean, a lot. You know, yeah, we just got to go up there, keep doing our thing, play fundamental baseball, and good things will happen.
Thanks for the time. Nice job. Taylor Ward, everybody.
That was kind of fun. What do you think, Wade? That comeback like that.
Taylor Ward now with 82 RBIs on the year, his 26th home run, and the Angels win. And a big comeback. The halo will shine now. It is 8-5 as the Angels beat the White Sox on a comeback Sunday at the ballpark.
I think this is the Phillies' division to win.
Everybody knows their role within the team and are motivated collectively to go after that World Series ring.
Bryce Harper is one of the great faces of our sport.
Great ones do great things when it matters.
Trey Turner, just tools out of his mind.
Trey Turner, mammoth home run.
Zach Wheeler. But this guy has been nothing but sensational since he was signed.
This fan base loves us as a team. I love the city, man. A lot of fun to be able to go in the bank every single day.
They are a complete team. Time to win for the Phillies.
There's certain players in every lineup that make the lineup go. Speed, power, he is a difference maker.
Marte, he's done it one more time.
The best second baseman in the game, that's Ketel Marte.
There goes Corbin.
Just incredible speed.
He wants to bury people. He just doesn't want to beat you. He wants to drive you into the ground.
Goodbye! Snakes alive!
They're tearing the cover off the ball.
We play to win. We've played that way all year. I guess this is just another example of that. We know what's in that locker room. We know the heart we have.
Step up to the plate and get ready to play ball. The baseball show for kids where you can learn about batting, fielding, and everything in between from the real pros. Every swing is a big hit on Play Ball. Saturday mornings at 10 Eastern on MLB Network.
Love your mind.
The Mets were a great story last season.
It's gone! He did it! He did it!
You got to think the expectations are sky high. They know that they're built to win.
I love the additions.
Juan Soto to the Mets. It's real.
This is landscape changing that changes the arc of the Mets.
We want to make a dynasty.
Really like their bullpen a lot.
The ball game is over. Put it in the books.
It's going to take everything from that.
That surprise.
Keep on nailing and never miss it back. Enjoy the show.
Relive the biggest plays from every game with Abby LeVar on Quick Pitch. Late nights and early mornings on MLB Network. The MLB Network podcast is here. Join your favorite on-air personalities for unique perspectives, in-depth interviews, and untold stories from on and off the field. The MLB Network podcast, presented by New Balance, Sundays at 11:30 Eastern.
Angels win it today 8-5. They were down 5-0 early, but Taylor Ward with a walk-off 3-run homer. Zach Neto had 3 RBIs today as well. It's a big win for the Angels, down 5-5 on this long homestand. They'll have 3 more starting tomorrow with the Rays. 6 o'clock, our Angels Live pregame will get started. Don't go anywhere. Coming up next, Angels Live postgame presented by OC Navigator with Erica Weston and Tim Salmon. For Gooby and Erica, I'm Wayne Randazzo saying good night from Angel Stadium, where the Angels get a walk-off win 8-5, completing the comeback against the White Sox.
Space for just in case.
There's a shot. This is really becoming ridiculous. 3-home run day for Aaron Judge.
Bronx Bombers are back.
Judge cranks one. Incredible. The show rolls on for Aaron Judge.
This is a generational player.
He's a
a special, special talent.
He's going to go down as the greatest Yankee of all time.
We got our hands up in the air, 'cause it's a party. We having fun here, 'cause it's a party.
Oh, my. This guy is next level. Oh, my goodness.
Lots of great baseball coming. And good guess, by the way.
Play baseball like I'm still a young kid, like a little teenager.
Good luck trying to hit that, man. It's unhittable.
What a moment. This is the show that never ends.
Turn on baseball's biggest game changer, MLB Big Inning. Experience live baseball in a whole new way with up to 4 games on a single screen.
He is on fire.
MLB Big Inning, every game night on MLB.tv.
Walk-off win and a comeback win courtesy of a 3-run home run off the bat of Taylor Ward as we welcome you to Angels Live postgame presented by OC Navigator. Angels completing the comeback after an early deficit, winning the 3rd game of this set 8-5. Your final score, yet another walk-off win of the season for the Angels as we welcome you back inside the ballpark alongside Tim Salmon, Erica Weston with the Angels. Needed this one, and they did it in dramatic fashion, Fitz.
They needed it like air. And I'm telling you what, the first 5 innings, you're like, go find a rock to climb under, crawl under or something. I mean, it was not looking good. But, boy, I tell you what, the bats came alive. The offense came alive in a big way. And just, you know, the same cast of characters you expect to carry this club came alive and got hot and carried this team to victory.
Yeah, Taylor Ward has done so much for the Angels this season, as has Zach Neto, who sparked the offense. But let's take a look back at how the Angels were able to climb back into this one. It started being able to finally get an earned run off of their starter.
Yeah, Sean Burke was really pitching well all day long. I mean, he just seemed like hitters were baffled. They were not taking good swings at his fastball. But Zach Neto, always the catalyst to this offense, starts off with a home run right there and cut the lead to 5-1. I mean, you're kind of like, okay, we got on the board. You know, it's the first ball that was hit in the outfield in like 3 days. I mean, their bats just have not been centering the ball. And then Mike Trout comes up after a Nolan Shonwell walk. Mike Trout drives him in on a little double down the line. And then, of course, Taylor Ward, the first RBI, he gets drives in. Keep it quiet right there. Don't give me too much attention here.
Well, Mike scored on a wild pitch.
Yes, that's what it was. Mike scored on the wild pitch. But nonetheless, top of the lineup, coming alive right there, getting on base, making things happen. And the Angels come back to score 3 runs. You're like, hey, we're in the game right now.
Yeah, it's a ball game at that point. That's all you can ask for. What do you think about how Zach Neto sparked things there in the 6th inning?
You know, that's what he's about. I mean, you know, even when he's going bad or he's not making contact or whatever, he's still up there aggressive. And he really sets the tone for the way he's going to go out there and attack you. And I think that can, you know, that can feed onto the guys behind him. And, you know, for him to go out there in that situation, hit the home run, gave the Angels a little bit of a spark, and I think that's what got everything going.
Well, he's been searching for offense, too, and we picked a great time to kind of spark the rest of the team. All right, 7th inning, this is where things get interesting for the Angels, able to tie this one up. But welcome back, Christian Moore, who looked pretty good at the plate today.
Yeah, again, Christian Moore, nice to see him back in the lineup. He's much like a Zach Neto. He has a way of sparking things. Moncada pinch hits right here, gets a little single up the middle as well. Hey, we got something cooking 1st and 3rd right here in this situation. Bringing up the big boy, Zach Neto, again in this situation. Again, he's a clutch. I mean, you know, hit the home run on the fastball earlier, now sits on the curveball, drives it to the gap, drives them both in right there. Hey, it's a brand new ball game. Zach Neto coming through again in the clutch. I mean, you can't just say enough about just the energy he brings. It says a lot about his confidence and where he's at. I mean, he walks out in the field and he expects to do things.
What about Simo starting off that inning with a base hit today? We talked about the impact he's made in a few short games, but that was certainly part of it today.
That was huge. I mean, you had him down there at the bottom of the lineup, not sure where his swing's going to be, and yeah, to be able to start the inning like that was great, especially being on first base, being able to go from first to third on that next single. So again, you've got the makings of some young talent here that's pretty exciting to watch.
Well, Kenley Jansen closes the door on the White Sox offense in the top of the ninth. The bullpen to bring in the lefty against Kochanowicz, and he says no sweat.
Yeah, you bring in everything went wrong here. I mean, they brought in the lefty against the lefty, and he proceeds to hit a double down the left or right field line. Okay, we're going to intentionally walk Mike Trout for the second time today to get to Taylor Ward, who drove in his last at bat, drove in runs. Hey, 3-2 sweeper for a home run. That home run kept the Angels from being swept. How about that? The sweeper kept us getting swept.
It's like he planned on that, but I mean, maybe Taylor Ward planned on that too.
Great piece of hitting right there. He got deep in the count right there, fouled off a few pitches, and just didn't chase any of the ones out of the zone, and waited for a pitch. And that's what happens sometimes when you can wait it out with a pitcher and you give him a chance to make a mistake. He has to come to you, and they waited it out. And great piece of hitting right there by Taylor Ward. Game-winning walk-off through and homer. I mean, that's just pretty awesome right there.
That's what you want to see from Taylor Ward, and that's exactly why the Angels still have him here with the Halos. Well, how about this, Angels fans? They won the game today, which means Fish what? Free French fries? Free French fries. That's right. They just won you free medium French fries from McDonald's. You can get the free fries tomorrow with any $2 purchase. That excludes tax only on the app, only at participating McDonald's. I'll tell you the ice bath looks really nice right now. It's hot out here. Coming up next, we're going to hear from Angels interim manager Ray Montgomery on the walk-off win for the Angels, 8-5, the final.
Talent-wise, with the Correas and the Royce Lewises and the Buxtons firing at the height of their power, they're probably the most talented team.
Royce Lewis puts his team on top.
Postseason monster, we all know that.
Grand slam, Carlos Correa.
With Byron Buxton, it's the tools, the speed, the power.
There's one speed, and that's to go get it.
I think that we're a great team. I think we know we're a great team.
The Twins have the most talent in that division.
Introducing baseball's all-new national pregame show, MLB Tonight, live at 5. Join Greg, Harold, and Dan, and a star-studded roster for a preview of all the night's matchups. Get a first look at the lineups.
Everything looks good right now for the Yankees.
First take from the players.
I'm just excited to put any pair of cleats on.
And the first of many breakdowns every game night. A full night of baseball starts at 5. MLB Tonight's national pregame show, live at 5 Eastern on MLB Network.
Some moments are too big to miss.
This place is going wild.
MLB Tonight brings you closer to the biggest plays and reactions from the moments that matter most.
We just got to keep doing what we're doing and go out there and play our baseball.
MLB Tonight, only on MLB Network.
Live is presented by the OC Healthcare Agency. Navigate to a healthier you at angels.ocnavigator.org. Taylor Ward sends the Angels home walk-off winners, 8-5, the final score. Let's head inside to hear some post-game thoughts on the win from interim manager Ray Montgomery.
I thought it was great. That was exciting. Just, when you get down early like that,
you know, it can put you in a funk, and guys were, you know, obviously not pumped about that. And Jack gave us, you know, 5 innings after that, and then to have Wardo, who had a chance earlier, to come back and do that was awesome.
What do you think of Neto's effort? You know, obviously the home run that you were
Yeah, I mean, listen, like, you're going to go through those streaks. We talk about it every day, right? Like, there are times when you're going to have a little down swell, and I got no problem with Neto right there. And obviously, the bigger the moment, the better he is. So it was good.
What do you think of Jack?
What did I think of him? I thought he got off to a terrible start, and then I thought he regrouped good. We did some stuff. Barry talked to him in the dugout and just, you know, kind of settled him down a little bit, and talked to him about the importance of, you know, hey, you've got to learn from this. You've got to make some adjustments mid-game, and I thought he did a good job.
What adjustments were those?
Yeah, just, you know, mixing and matching a little bit better, locating a little bit better, staying off the barrels a little bit. But I give him a lot of credit because that's not easy. Down early like that to keep us in the game and give us that kind of effort. So it was good.
Both Ward and Neto, multiple two-strike hits. What did you see from their bats today?
Yeah, it was good. Like, you know, again, going back to Wardo, you're coming off the one before where you didn't get it done. You're in that situation. And he did a nice job of getting a pitch he can handle. And sometimes when you get to 2 strikes like that, you're just looking ball and you get away from maybe trying to do too much. And then Z's AB was huge, obviously, just to get us back to even. So it was huge.
Shotwell, the double was not like a sure thing double, and obviously that created some things for Trout. So I mean, just his base run.
Yeah, as soon as he hit the ball, I was like locked on him just to make sure he was busting it. Because, you know, listen, you got to take advantage of those situations when they arise, and he did a really good job of putting the pressure on that way. And, you know, he can run a little bit if you ask him. We won't measure it. I mean, we won't fact check it either. Good. All right, thanks, guys.
All right, Fish, yeah, a learning afternoon for Jack Kochanowicz, who's still trying to figure it out. No sugarcoating it. It was a terrible first inning for him.
Terrible first inning. It looked like he had trouble commanding that sinker. You know, I go back to the Andrew Benintendi at bat. 4 straight sinkers down low, almost in the dirt. And it almost like, it seemed like that messed him up. You know, it was like he was having trouble getting that sinker for a strike, so he just started throwing it up in the zone. And you know, and that's what gave him the trouble, I think. He just made too many mistakes with that sinker over the middle part of the plate. But over the course of the game, he settled down. And I like the fact that they left him in there, let him battle through some innings, let his defense play behind him, got a double play in one situation, played out of, you know, he had to work out of some traffic again. And, you know, this is how the young guys got to learn how to play. You got to be able to, you know, first sign of diversity, you can't just be pulling them. And I thought for him, I mean, I understand the importance of this team winning right now, but it was great to see them leave him out there and let him grind through some stuff. Hopefully he figured some stuff out. That's something that in the annals of baseball, you've seen so many times where these young guys, and whether they're hitting or they're pitching, they're going through a struggling time, and all of a sudden it just clicks and they figure it out. And you got to give them those opportunities to grind through those situations. So hopefully we get something positive out of that for Jack.
Well, certainly the positive is that he settled in and allowed the Angels offense
5 solid innings after, you know, 5 good innings after that. I wouldn't say solid. I mean, still had some traffic he had to get out of, but again, most of that damage was done in that first inning.
And able to get out of that traffic to able to have the Angels offense come back. All right, stick with us. More post-game reaction ahead. The Angels homestand rolls on, if you can believe it. We still got 3 more games here at the Big A before the Angels head back out on the road. We'll take a look at what's coming up next for the Halos tomorrow night at the Big A.
I'm Jason.
And I'm Kelly.
And we've built our TimberTech deck.
There's a question if we were able to do this ourselves. We just decided to go for it.
Yeah, I mean, I'd say the hardest part of the whole project was just getting the materials out of the truck.
We wanted a product that looked like real wood, but maybe didn't have the same wear and tear as real wood. This is our forever home, so it's great to have TimberTech and have the longevity of the product.
It looks amazing, and now the family can enjoy it for years to come. That's one of the things that we're so excited about.
We got hands up in the air, 'cause it's a party. We having fun here, 'cause it's a party.
Oh my, this guy is next level. Oh my goodness.
Lots of great baseball coming, and good guess, by the way.
Play baseball like I'm still a young kid, like a little teenager.
Good luck trying to hit that, man. It's unhittable.
No way! What a moment! This is the show that never ends.
Live on FanDuel Sports Network is presented by the OC Healthcare Agency. Navigate to a healthier you at angels.ocnavigator.org. Halos with a walk-off win. Taylor's version. Taylor Ward with a 3-run home run to avoid the sweep and maybe build some momentum before the next series begins here at the Big A. So, Angels fans, we've been talking about this all day. Be sure to check out Golic and Golic featuring Mike Golic Sr. and Mike Golic Jr. on FanDuel Sports Network every Monday through Friday at noon. And tomorrow, they've got a special guest, Alabama football head coach Kalen DeBoer. Don't miss the action weekdays at noon, only on FanDuel Sports Network. All right, let's see what's coming up. Next series coming into town, the Tampa Bay Rays fish, and their good pitching staff comes in, too.
Yeah, the Rays are always known for good pitching. You talk about our pitching staff, though. Kikuchi, Soriano, and Anderson. I'll take my chances there. Kikuchi coming off his last outing against the Rangers. He went 5 1/3 innings, 10 hits, only 3 runs out of that. I mean, that's pretty good when you're going up against the Rangers offense. But, you know, I think the biggest thing, Tampa's coming in, you know, they've been throw a parachute. I mean, their last 10 games have only won 2 and 8 in his last 10. They just lost today up in LA against the Dodgers. So hopefully the Angels can take advantage of a team that's maybe not playing its best baseball as well.
Yeah, they just lost this afternoon against the Dodgers before they head here. Again, that schedule swap, that's why the Rays are going to be here rather than the Angels. But hopefully this builds something for the Angels. They know what's in front of them. They know they have to take care of their business to stay relevant.
Well, you saw the offense go just almost non-existent for the last 2 or 3 days, and then to see it come alive the way it did, that's huge. I mean, there's so much momentum that's going to come out of that, so much excitement. Think about Taylor Ward, that 3-run homer, and you know, you kind of forget the fact that he had a chance with runner on first and third, 1 out, to put the Angels ahead back in the 8th inning. So for him to respond after that tough at bat, he struck out. For him to respond the very next opportunity with the 3-run homer to win the game, that's just fantastic. I mean, he's got to be riding on, you know, pretty good right now. So I think, again, so many hitters came alive there in the last few innings, at the top of the order, bottom of the order. Hopefully I can carry over through this next series.
And part of that is, for whatever reason, the Angels just have a hard time scoring against the Chicago White Sox. Get out of town, Chicago.
They finally got to a starter and took care of business against the bullpen. And yeah, whatever the case is, you know, I said it. I mean, that Chicago series is a tough one for me. I mean, that's the one I saw on the schedule that, you know, for whatever reason, sometimes those teams sneak up on you. Credit to the White Sox. They played well. They pitched well for, 5 1/3 innings today. So, you know, that's a team that definitely has some talent, and, you know, they're going through a hot streak right now.
So you're in that clubhouse right now waiting for tomorrow. How are you feeling?
Oh, excited. I mean, you go home. I mean, it doesn't matter what the last 3 days, you know, you've completely erased the memories of those 2 losses. I mean, right now you're riding high. All right, let's come get it, you know, start of the week.
All right. Angels start a new series on Monday as they'll welcome in the Tampa Bay Rays. Thanks for spending part of your Sunday afternoon with us here on FanDuel Sports Network. Big win for the Angels in walk-off fashion, thanks to Taylor Ward. For Tim Salmon, I'm Erica Weston. Thanks for joining us. Angels Live pregame comes your way Monday from the Big A at 6 o'clock here on FanDuel Sports Network. Until then, enjoy the rest of your evening. We'll see you Monday for Game 1 of 3 against Tampa.